Right, we are live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. We are here for yet another match of the Champions Cup, although it is not as soon as we were expecting. Unfortunately, there have been a few games of the Champions Cup that have been cancelled and also postponed. So due to that, this is going to be our first and only one of two games that we are going to be covering of this week of the Champions Cup. Of this game, it is going to be the mighty Harlequins taking on Cardiff here in this game, which hopefully will be a high-scoring one. And even though we have got less games taking place at the moment for the Champions Cup, hopefully these ones will be able to carry it over. We did see Montpellier, they receive a 28-0 win up against Leinster as one of those big matchups, which I know that a lot of people aren't too happy about at the moment, but this is the lineup that the Harlequins have gone with last week, able to get themselves a win over Castra. And this week, they are hoping to make their way towards the round of 24, I believe it is, or actually the round of 16, that they will be having. But Tyrone Green, he will be slotting in at 15. Also out on one wing, Murley. Out on the other, Joe March. And then Hugh Jones and Andre Esterhazen will be making up the midfield. Then it will be Marcus Smith and Danny Kerr as the 19 combo. Alex Dombrandt, Jack Kenningham, also it will be Lorde, who will be slotting in at 6. Louis and Tazard will be the locks, and then Kerrod Walker and Garcia Borta will be slotting in as that front row. Then looking through at the Cardiff side, and I will admit, I don't actually know this Cardiff side as well as I do for the Harlequins, so you will have to bear with me a little bit. I might get a few names wrong, but it is going to be in the front row here. It will be Jenkins, Yardley, and then also it will be Davies King be slotting in at 3. Then it is Lawrence and Seb Davis as the two men who will be slotting in at lock. Ellis Jenkins recently making his return to the Welsh side. And then also in there it is Botham and Moore. Thomas Williams at number 9, Fish at number 10. Then it will be Halaholo at number 12 with Lilo on the outside. Josh Adams on one wing. Then on the other, Escabango. And then Winnett will be slotting in at number 15 for this game as well. Then the benches, there are a few super subs, including none other than Lewis Liner, normally in the starting lineup for the Harlequins, but instead will be coming off the bench. Also, Viliami Taulani, we know him from Super Rugby when he was at the Chiefs as well, but still a few good players that Cardiff will be able to unleash later on in this game as well. But do let me know, ladies and gentlemen, let me know your score predictions. Who is going to be able to win this one? We have got more cake in the chat. Also, Achilles, Nov Mamas here. Hopefully, we see a fast-paced game. I am fingers crossed for that as well. My prediction as well, a moderate amount of Mr. Squiggles as well, and about 17 yawns, says JA, so that is a good shout. I feel like 17 yawns is probably about what we're going to get to see, but hopefully we'll be wide awake for this game. We are currently sitting 2 a.m. Looks cold at the game as well. Yeah, it's looking like a chilly day. Luckily, this game is still taking place. I will quickly run through the games that are not taking place. Unfortunately, there are quite a few of them this week. The postponed games, and also some of them are just cancelled. I'm not too sure what the difference is in some of those regards, because I know that both sides had cases for some of the games, but then some of them have gone a certain way. But pretty much at the moment, I believe we've had about 5 postponed games compared to about 5 that we are going to get to see. So the postponed games that we have seen so far, Montpellier versus Leinster, that one was actually cancelled for yesterday. Then also postponed is Bath versus La Rochelle, Sale Sharks versus Clermont, Racing 92 versus Ospreys is cancelled, Scarlets versus Bordeaux is postponed, Toulouse was postponed, and Stade Francais taking on Bristol. That is also postponed. So there is only going to be one game tomorrow, and that is Leicester taking on Connacht, and we will be covering that game on the channel as well. For the Challenge Cup, there are a few games that are missing from the kind of competition as well. We saw so far Ulster, they had a win over Northampton, 27 points to 22, but it looks like these two sides, they are warming up, they're getting ready to go. We're at Twickenham Stoop for this match as well, and they will be hoping to be able to have a bit of an impact. Definitely off the bench with Viliami Taulani and also Lewis Liner, like I mentioned, Northmore also there, and a number 9 replacement whose name looks like it would be impossible to say. So hopefully they leave Danny Kerr out there for a majority of this game. And nonetheless, do let me know, ladies and gentlemen, who you think will be winning this game. I know that the Harlequins are heavily favourites in this one. Cardiff away from home, it's going to be a tough game for them, but they have certainly got the physicality and some of those players on the field who might be able to have the big old impact in this one that they need to. But yeah, at this stage, it is going to be now the Harlequins. They are the home side for the match. So Cardiff, they're away competitors making their way out onto the field now, and what will hopefully be a very high-scoring game between these two sides. I feel like we're going to get to see a try within the first 10 minutes or so of this match, maybe even in the first 5, depending on how it does go. But nonetheless, at this stage now, the Cardiff side, they have made their way out. Looking pretty overcast, I should say, as well. Come on, you Quins, from Sebastian. Of course, knew you would be here for this game, mate, and hopefully it will be a brilliant result for the Harlequins. Josh Adams, so he is certainly a player who is a game-changing factor for them as well. But we are at the Stoop, like I mentioned, for this match. Marcus Smith, we can see him there, the 4th man in the line. He is going to be an important factor for them. Joe Marchant out on the wing, fired up. Danny Kerr also there for the Quins, and this is going to be a hard-hitting affair. But the Twickenham Stoop, how much longer will we get to see crowds at grounds? Because that's the thing, all of these games getting postponed, all of these games getting cancelled lately. It makes me think that maybe it's not too long until we go back to crowdless games. It looks like it's absolutely bucketing down here for the Harlequins home side as well. Yeah, I was going to voted Harlequins. Says Robert there for who he thinks is going to be winning Cardiff. I believe when I did talk about the TAB odds earlier on in New Zealand, they had an insane, like, I guess, disadvantage in the odds in some regards, because they were sitting about $40 for them to win this game. Harlequins, you can no longer put money on them. It is absolutely pouring, like I mentioned, which may affect the way that these two sides play. It's actually very foggy as well, by the looks of it, unless it is just the camera playing tricks on us. But I believe it is absolutely pouring down at the moment. It looks like it's very hard to see, and it looks like anywhere a little bit further away than straight in front of you, it's looking pretty foggy. So kick that ball straight up in the air, see whether or not the oppositions can nail it. But Frank Murphy, he is going to be in charge of this one. G'day, Seb, as well in the chat. Says that, Jay, and I hope you are doing well, Jay. How has it been overall with the moderation today? I think it's actually... Wait, is that actually... I'm not sure whether or not that is fog or whether that is actually just someone who has, like, let off the smoke type thing. I think it is actually happening for this one. It is going to be knocked on straight away from Cardiff. Trying to clean it up here. It is Lauder who has been able to grab that one, but it's back in the hands of Cardiff. Now going back for the scrum. We have got their beautiful British weather as well, says Sebastian. It is indeed. The ref's whistle, sorry. There we go. It is working now. He ended up getting the ball stuck in the wrong place. Ended up, the little nut ended up getting stuck in the whistle in the top part rather than the back. So that is why I wouldn't make any noise. Welcome in, Jay. Hope you're well, mate, as I said, Sebastian there. I feel like me trying to describe that made it even worse. It is going to be scrum feet here for the Harlequins, 40 metres out from the Cardiff line. And if they can start this match well here, Harlequins, they can certainly go on to get themselves a bonus point, which a lot of these other teams in the competition are receiving due to kind of cancellation games. I know that Montpellier received a bonus point. Also, Racing 92 receives it as well. Flesh and said, come on, Blues as well. That hurts as a Scarlets fan as well. And where is it being played? It is at Twickenham Stoop for this one between these two sides. And like I mentioned, maybe the last time we get to see crowds for a little while. It's going to be a big push there from the Harlequins. Danny Kerr now giving it to the first receiver. It looks like they are just going to be throwing themselves at the line. Andre Estes and the big South African able to get it going. Alex Dombrandt now picked up and dropped on his back. Big physical tackle from the Cardiff forward. I believe it was Ellis was able to make that tackle now. Trying to drive his way forward once again. It was going to be Jack Kenningham. Marcus Smith kicking it straight into one of the Blues players. That's accidental offside, and now it's a break for Cardiff, offloading it back nicely. Little chip and chase here. Josh Adams is going to be sitting up for him as an Cairo Green. Brilliantly done on the 22 to be able to get that one for a side. Hurts even more as a Quins fan. Welcome in, mate. Hope you're well. And all good here, Seb. Hope your mum's basement has some room as well. There's a JA's just inside of their own 22 here for the Harlequins, and it looks like they might be putting up a kick here. It will be either Danny Kerr firing it back to Marcus Smith, or he might kick it himself. It looks like it is going to be the latter. Going to be putting it straight up in the air there. Danny Kerr chasing it hard, and it is going close to the touchline, and that is exactly where it goes. And it is actually going to be going to touch about 40 metres out. But do let me know, ladies and gentlemen, who is going to be the try scorer, the first try scorer of this match. I'm curious to know who you guys think. And also, what do you think of all of the games that have been cancelled recently? Do you think they should postpone this competition and see whether or not they can get it going in like a month or two time? Or do you think, that's the thing, I believe the next round that we have actually got is going to be in about, it's about 27 days or something along those lines. Got backline here, opening up Halaolo on the outside might be an option here if they do decide to use them. And see Josh Adams piercing the line. A good low tackle from Joe Marchant, straight back to his feet, wins the penalty for the Harlequins. And don't care who wins, just as long as someone does as us. There's no mum, so definitely not a draw then. By the sounds of, yeah, you have no idea about my mum's basement, do you, Hamish, as well? Says Sebastian, I do not. And now I'm curious, for all the wrong reasons, why. I was about to say, why does your mum have a basement? That's the normal thing. That's the normal part of the situation. Yeah, all good hearing you, says Flesh in there. What's happening in your mum's basement? Do let me know. At the moment now, it is going to be Marcus Smith kicking up a touch. And Seb, you will have to tell Hamish on Discord as well, says Jay Hayes. Right. So it's something a little bit worse than just a YouTube comment by the sounds of it there as well. But 3 minutes into this game at the moment, Marcus Smith finds the touchline. And now Joe Marchant at the moment, he is a player who is out on the wing. That is actually replacing Lewis Liner, who will be coming off the bench instead for this matchup. Going to be a line-out throw here for Jack Walker. Once again, he is starting at number 2. No sign of Joe Marler today. And also, I believe they are missing another player in that midfield, whose name I can't quite think of at the moment. That's going to be the penalty to Cardiff now. from an offside advantage is the call there. So that is why it is going to be Cardiff who do receive that penalty on the halfway line. Thomas Williams with the ball in hand passes it off. And instead now it is going to be Dan Fish. And he is going to be kicking this one for the touchline. So at the moment, Cardiff, I'm liking the fact that they are going for the corner rather than going for the 3 points. It would have been a tough kick, but that is a good kick downfield. That is actually quite a big screen that I've never seen before at the Twickenham Stoop. And once upon a time, there was a mother called Malcolm as well. Says it was Sebastian there in the chat. Once upon a time, there was a Muppet called Malcolm. Okay. I feel like this is going to be like a riddle, isn't it? That is slowly going to keep on kind of shaping itself throughout the live stream. And now it is going to be thrown in here. And it will be Yardley, who has been able to throw that nice holo with a good carry forward. He has been tackled low by Alex Dombrand. Good carry forward here for the Cardiff Blues. They are getting closer and closer, although they aren't Cardiff Blues anymore, are they? Good ball for Alex Jenkins. Still going forward. Wide ball. This is looking like a try, and it is. And it's a try to Cardiff there. And that is a brilliantly done one 5 minutes into this game. And it is going to be their fullback who has been able to score it on this one. And also we have got their Malcolm as well in there. And it was Cameron Winnett who was able to get it. It's actually a true scorer. And all these games that were given as 28-0 wins should be wiped if the other games called have been rearranged. Yeah, I agree with that statement as well. It doesn't seem fair to the sides who do end up, because that's the thing with the Montpellier-Leinster game. I know that that's really fired up a lot of people because of the fact that both of those teams had cases in their camps. But like the Irish side, I believe they were actually like told that they were fine to play in that one as well, like with a separate team type thing. And a nice ball from Fish going to the fullback, and he has been able to score that one as well. Still got the water going. That is for sure. I need a new place to hold my water, I think, because literally if I accidentally tip that off, it goes right on a circuit board with 8 different plugs. Basically, I popped it in BK's chat to drop my prediction during the Sixers, Stars and Sixers game, I think, as well. Says Sebastian there. That's going to be going over nicely. And that is a brilliant kick from the touchline. At one moment, we will go like this. It will go like that as well. There we go. Right. It is 7-0 at the moment, so that's not the best start here for the Harlequins after 6 minutes in this game. Cardiff Blues looking strong in the early stages and getting a nice bit of draw and pass. Good sell of the dummy there from Fish, I believe it was, who did kind of pop fake it. And then from there, he was able to wrestle his way over the number 15. Scores on debut, I believe. If I'm not wrong, was it his debut? It might be. I don't actually know this Cardiff Blues side as well as I would like to, but Marcus Smith now getting up. I'll be honest, I didn't do as much research around these lineups as I normally would. And the reason behind that is when I saw all of these games kind of getting cancelled, I wasn't sure whether or not this one would still be taking place either. I'm glad that it is, though, because we are going to have to make the most of our Champions Cup rugby while we have got a wide cutout pass there. Nicely done. And now it is once again going to be in the hands of Kabungo, making his way forward. And if Cardiff got that semi-pro groundsman playing again today as well, says Flesh. And who is that? That you are talking of, Flesh, and do let me know. And also, and I said that Josh Philippi will get his century and the Stars would lose, and Mr. Malcolm, Eminem as well in there. See Sebastian. So there was once a boy named Malcolm. We had someone who really hated Glenn Maxwell. I can't remember what their name was, but they really didn't like him. Nice bit of draw and pass there, and it's going to be Lorde, met by Josh Adams, who has wrestled him down to the ground, and at the moment it's still available for them. Danny Kerr goes forward to the big forwards for the side from the Harlequins region. That's not a real region. From London, up the middle there, getting back to his feet, Andre Esterhuizen, trying to find the offload up to the 22. Danny Kerr now going to the short side. They've got numbers on the outside here, but it decides to step himself there, Tyron Green. That's not Tyron Green. Is he still there? Out on the field, I have to wait and see whether or not we do see him again. Now it's going to be Danny Kerr once again, passes back Marcus Smith, a little bit of a loose ball there. It's bouncing awkwardly. Joe Marchant able to take that one. Got good acceleration, just tries to run over the top of a prop, which never really goes too well for you. Once again, Danny Kerr going to the short side and Kenningham. It's going to be tackled nicely once again, trying to get on the ball. It is going to be the penalty to the Harlequins, a player not rolling away. And also Muppet Malcolm said, would I bet my mum's basement on it, and then disappeared into the fog like Jack the Ripper as well, says Sebastian there. And also we've got there Rowan Jenkins from Biravon. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly, but Rowan Jenkins, he is there. The Lucia prop, he is playing at number 1 for them. He does get the start in this matchup. Marcus Smith now kicking it for the corner, and the Harlequins trying to get themselves back on the board. Andre Esterhuizen, very dangerous runner of the ball, just throws himself forward, ended up falling over, got back up, went again. Then he was dragged down by Fish on the 22. Yeah. Oh, I got confused. I could hear it in this ear, and it sounded like someone was shouting at me, but it's just someone saying Harlequins right next to the microphone. And I was so confused, but now it is going to be, once again, going forward here. Huge Tazard taking it, and they are trying to get this one going forward here. The Harlequins going sideways, though. We'll have to use it very soon by the looks of it. Alex Dombrandt joins in with this rolling ball. He has got it now, pass it back to Danny Kerr, throwing themselves forward. It is going to be flat ball. Tyrone Green gets it, slaps hard into the ground. He tried to get up and go again. Don't know whether or not there was a legal get up and go again, but it is still going to be available for the Harlequins. Malcolm wasn't up, and yeah, he has never been since his comment made sausages out of him as well. And there, but now it is going to be Danny Kerr once again, fires it back. Lorde throws himself at the line. It is going to be the young 15. He's been able to make a tackle there. Marcus Smith, they're running low on space here. Out on this side, it's going to be Hugh Jones once again going forward here for the Quins. Big contact for Simon Carroll, getting driven backwards. And a great tackle by the Blues. Are they still called the Blues? I think they're just called Cardiff, aren't they? And Bunning Snacks as well. Says it was Jay in there. And ever since my basement is a bit of a chamber of mystery and Blazers chat as well, it's a good wide ball. And it is going to be out nicely to their number 11, which in this one is Caden Murley. Get on the start, like I mentioned, no Lewis Liner here. Good inside ball there from Marcus Smith. Better offload. And Danny Kerr scores a try for the Harlequins. Now, I mentioned about the fact that we might get a try in the first 5 minutes. We got 2 tries in the first 10 minutes of this game, but the Harlequins able to score it, and it was Danny Kerr who was able to pick it up. First try for him in the Champions Cup, I believe, and he will be very happy with that one. And the Harlequins now might put themselves in the position. Oh, they're just checking this one. And Rowan from my father-in-law's village up the Dodgy Valleys as well. From my father-in-law's village up the Dodgy Valleys as well. Says Fletch in there for Rowan Jenkins there. They're just checking this one. Tyrone Green. Oh. Like they're saying, Tyrone Green, he kind of jumped into that tackle. That looked awkward, and Jenna is on the bench as well, says Jay. She is not, unfortunately for you, mate. Jenna is still not about. I'll be honest, just split it up a little bit more. And it almost got me there. But now Hugh Jones, they are just showing that drawing pass. Tyrone Green went on the outside. This could be Josh Adams possibly getting a yellow card here, depending on what they decide to call this one as. 14 blue. This is not looking good for Josh Adams here. Okay, Josh Adams is going to get a yellow card. The referee did say there that 14 did jump into it, but number 14 did follow through, is the comment from the referee. And also, you almost said it as well there, says Jay. And probably the most surprising thing is that Malcolm is a Kiwi, is he? That is a little bit surprising. Or are you saying was a Kiwi rather than is a Kiwi? I guess, but that's going to be Josh Adams off the field now for the next 10 minutes. So that will be a bit of a hit there for Cardiff when they were right in this game at the start. Now, Danny Kerr scores a try. And after 10.5 minutes now, Marcus Smith will be lining up this kick to try and make it 7-7. And he has done just that there, Marcus Smith. Nice kick forward. And now at the moment, 7 all between these two sides. And Josh Adams there with the yellow card there. And don't drink too much water. Makes you yawn. As well as Jay, he's pushing it today at an acrobatic dive. As well as Fletch in there. But the score 7-all between these two sides now. Marcus Smith, good inside ball to Kenningham, found the offload to Danny Kerr, and then going through the tackle with Josh Adams to be able to finish that one off. Alaholo not able to catch Danny, and he has been able to get himself the try. So they've got the man advantage now for the next 10 minutes. I don't actually think it's raining at the moment at the ground by the looks of it. It might just be very foggy, if I'm not wrong. It seems like it is like one of those days that you don't really want to be out and about, but you go to the rugby because it's the rugby, so you got to go to it anyway. It's going to be kicked off. It's going straight into the hands of Tyrone Green, taking it nicely and passes it back across. Now to the big man, Alex Dombrandt, who will just throw himself at the line. Certainly going to have a bright future for England in the Six Nations. Perhaps might get selected for it. We will have to wait and see. But now we do also know that England, their fixtures at the end of the year, they are going to be playing up against the All Blacks. They have also got South Africa as another one of their games that is going to be taken straight back by Harlequins. They actually lost it for a second. But now it looks like Danny Kerr is going to be possibly putting this one up for a bit of a box kick. He did go around the side, and it is going to be kicked downfield from the 22. We have got there the try scorers for Danny Kerr for the Quins, and also Cameron Winnett for Cardiff as well. But nonetheless, anyone who is new to the channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. At the moment, we are going to be covering as much of the Champions Cup as we can, although that will include just the one game tonight, as we aren't sure how many of the other games are going to be like late changes, because we did actually see the fact that Leinster versus Montpellier, that was cancelled a little while ago, but also Sale Sharks, their game was postponed, and they were going to be playing, I believe, actually in England. So I'm not too sure what the kind of stipulation is. That's going to be a good kick downfield. And that is now going to be a possible, was it 50-22? Not quite, just outside of it at the moment there. There's Fish who was able to find the touchline. Dan Fish it was. A little bit of skill there from the young number 15 as well, I believe it was. And then from there, Fish just ended up going back across. And that's the thing, Cardiff, when they're on attack, even though they are missing one of their players, they are still very dangerous when they have got ball in hand. Was a good kick into touch, and now it does mean that it is the line out for the Harlequins, just 10 metres out from their line. It'll be starting to roll forward. It is at the back, and the hands of it's going sideways a little bit, but I believe it's Jack Walker who has got this one for himself, still trying to creep it forward here for the Harlequins, and it is going to be Danny Keir now putting up the box kick. And that one will be going into touch as well. Good clearance from Danny Keir. And we are hopefully getting a couple of kittens in the next week or so as well. Says November, so a couple of Christmas kittens perhaps. How big, or how old are they, sorry, I should say, for those kittens? I remember when Billy, our cat, was a kitten, and that was like 17 or 18 years ago. He's grown a bit since then. But yeah, he was a little bit of a hyper pussycat. I did see today that there was a random cat on our property, and Billy just looked at it. And even though Billy's blind in one eye, hardly can walk, he somehow managed to scare it away. And we were like, geez, he's like that like old grandpa who doesn't like when like people step on his lawn out the front. So then he's like, all like, get off. And then he just kind of leaves as well. But now at this stage, it is going to be Jones. Passes it back across field. Good run for Holo, man on the outside if he needs him. Not quite able to find the link up, but it was a good bit of work from Murley, sorry, Josh Fish. That's not his name, but Fish trying to get that ball. Alex Don Brandon Kenningham trying to jump in that breakdown as well. Trying to turn it over for the Quins. It's still on the side of Cardiff. Good little bit of a run up the middle from Thomas Williams. Fish once again going for the cross kick. This is looking good as well. If this ball sits up, this is going to be dangerous. Oh, that's tackled without the ball, isn't it? Oh, tackled. Oh, sorry, taken back by Marlon. Now a bit of a little bit of a knock on there. And also check out the Kiwi Sport channel as well. I had no idea. Waiting to hear from the SPCA so we can go and view the ones they have as well. Says Novmum there. And be sure to check out the Kiwi Sport and also the Kiwi Lads game. I will put that as the pin comment. I feel like I was relatively unprepared for this live stream, but I think that is because of the fact that, like I mentioned, I've been running behind for these games because I have no idea whether or not all of them were still going to be taking place. And my wife's cat doing my head in with the Christmas tree, as I says Flesh in there. Yeah, I feel like cats love climbing trees, don't they? See, that's a big shot on Cabango. I don't believe they said that it was foul play, so now it is going to be the knock on 5 meters out here. Brother Ben plays football for Swansea City in Wales, as well as the comment there for Theo Cabango. That's an interesting stat to put up on the screen. I feel like that's kind of like, hey, look at his other brother. Be sure to check him out because he's probably a bit more successful. So that's how we're going to name him from now on. He'll just be known as that guy's brother, Ben's brother. And that is who Theo Cabango or Cabango is. I can't say his name to say myself, that is for sure. About 15 minutes into this game at the moment. 7-7 between these two sides in Cardiff. They have got the yellow card. Disadvantage for the next 10 minutes. Going to be going in nicely. Thomas Williams only a few minutes out. That's going to be the free kick, and they are taking that one quickly. Thomas Williams goes for line tackle nicely by Joe Marchand, though. Trying to get straight on the ball for the Quins. They don't quite turn it over, and now it is going to be Yardley. Like he's going to be going around the side. There's an advantage for offside here. Up against the Harlequins and Cardiff here. Getting closer and closer, driving towards the line, just a metre short. Who wants it? At the moment, he is over the line. That's going to be another try. And I believe... who is that? Is that Ellis Jenkins who was able to score it? I'm looking for the number at the moment, but that was absolutely phenomenal work from them as well. That is not Ellis Jenkins. That is, I believe, I want to say that's Sam Moore. No, it's James Botham who was able to score that one. 15 minutes and no yawn. I'm impressed, mate, as well. And there says Jay, yeah, at the moment, I feel like I'm wide awake because I have been missing my rugby. We've done a lot of cricket recently, but the rugby is still here and I'm ready to go for the rest of this match. It's going to be a high-scoring one. Cardiff at the moment pouring on the pressure up against the Quins. They were huge underdogs when this match took place in terms of the betting odds. I'm actually going to have a look quickly and see what the odds are sitting at the moment. They were paying $30. What are they paying now for themselves to be able to win? We go here. I hardly know how to work the TAB. I only know how to pretty much see odds. $12.50 for Cardiff to win this game, even though they have actually got themselves in the position of being in the lead at the moment by 12 points to 7. Decent. I feel like that's a sneaky wee bet for anyone who does like a little bit of gambling. Be sure to check it out Like I mentioned a little while ago, I think Jay knows about this. I had 70 cents in my TAB account. It is gone because the team that I thought was going to win didn't win. So pretty much I have no money there, but at the moment, it is going to be Thomas Williams. Be lining up this one 17 minutes into this game, and at the moment, just going quickly. 17 minutes. I feel like it's only been 7, and we've already had 3 tries between these two sides. There is a game later on, and also we have there the try scorers. And Cardiff, what are you doing as well? Says Flesh in there, and the chat. We'll go like this, and it is going to be a little bit of a wonky kick for him, unfortunately. So that does mean that the score will remain where it is at the moment, which is going to be in favour of Cardiff by 5 points, which is 12 points to 7 here over the Harlequins, the team who were able to win the Gallagher Premiership last year. They are at home here at Twickenham Stoop. I assume that they have got something coming for the Harlequins. They are certainly a talented side. That one's going high in the air, and it is going to be taken beautifully by the number 8 there, just throwing himself forward. It is Sam Moore. Now passing it back across field. It is going to be a little bit of a low ball, but it is taken nicely by Evan Yardley. Fires it back, and now Fish kicking it downfield. Dan Fish looking for some space. It's going to be bouncing awkwardly. Marcus Smith gets this one inside of his own 22. Once that ball decides to stop rolling, that is. Now kick downfield, and it is looking like he's not going to be finding touch. 3 men back at the moment for Cardiff. They have still got one extra man that they have got off the field, I should mention as well. Now it's going to be the big kick downfield from Dan Fisher, looking like he's doing very good off the boot. Now it's taken by Murley, trying to find the outside ball, not quite able to get it. It's knocked down in the end by, it was Kenningham. No, sorry, it was Stephen Lewis. Knock on advantage at the moment in favour of the Harlequins. Marcus Smith goes straight through. No one can catch him. He's got a couple forwards with him. Tyrone Green passes it off now to Alex Dombrand, back to Marcus Smith. And that's a bit of shepherding from Alex Dombrand. I think they're going to go back and check this one. I don't know whether or not they will consider that as a try, because Alex Dombrand, he did end up blocking the run of, I think it was Halaholo, who was trying to get there. They may actually go upstairs and check this one. Tyrone Green was right with him, but is this going to be the try here for Marcus Smith? He went straight through the middle. Alex Dombrand, they're showing him at the moment. They might check the replay to see whether or not that is going to be the try, but if it is, done very nicely there, the Harlequins. Pretty much it was a great break originally from Marcus Smith, just backs his face. He has got on the one side, it was Tyrone Green. On the other, it was Alex Dombrand. Then from there, he passes the ball back. And then Alex Dombrand, don't know whether or not, did he hold him back for long enough? I don't think he did as well. That might be obstruction as well. Okay, like they were saying, that's going to be play on. So they are be enough with that one, and it is going to be the try now for the Harlequins. And Marcus Smith, he is fired up for that one. And he actually almost scored last week. We did mention it, me and Sebastian. We were actually chatting during that match. And we said about how, I said, is he going to get a match-winning try? And he wasn't able to. Maybe that one could be. He's just kicked it over the roof. Now someone's going to go find that one. But that is going to be 14 points to the Harlequins now. And a total of 12 to Cardiff as well. We have got there try for the Quins. And there by Marcus Smith just piercing the gap. He saw the 2 big men who were going to be trying to stop him, but you can't stop him when he starts going that quickly. At the moment, they have not updated their odds for that game, which is slightly unfortunate, because I was going to see whether or not Cardiff were sitting in that position of doing decently in terms of those odds, now that there is another try scored up against them. But anyone who is new to the channel, be sure to leave a like on this live stream. It is going to be a slightly quieter one than some of the other ones that we are used to, but I think I do enjoy these ones just as much, because it does give us a chance to just chill out while we are watching a little bit of rugby while we still can. But at the moment, Marcus Smith kicks it downfield, taken nicely by the fullback Cameron Winnett, already being able to score himself a try. Looks like he's got plenty of acceleration as well. Kenningham with a good tackle on him, though. Currently sitting a total of 40 metres out here for the Cardiff side. Thomas Williams plays up back, gives it back to Dan Fish. Now Halaholo, good step there, back in his space as well, and he's going nicely. Josh Adams back out on the field as well. Tell you what, Halaholo was tackled about 5 years late in that situation, but they are going to continue going. Just for now, Thomas Williams, I believe there is an advantage at the moment for the Cardiff side. It is going to be now Fish, or nailed in the tackle there. He's almost gone to sleep with the way that he was there, and they are going to be going back. Oh, the moment, Andre Esterhuizen on the sideline looking like he is a little bit worse for wear here. At the moment, I don't know whether or not it is just a little bit of a, maybe he's wounded, but it seems like maybe it could be a groin here for Andre Esterhuizen, which is certainly a player that they do not want to lose. And it will once again be Fish who will be kicking this one for the corner. So I'm liking the fact that these guys are just going, you know what? The way that we can beat the Harlequins is we just have to keep on going. And that is exactly what they are trying to do there. But Halaholo, he was having a great step around. I believe it was actually Hugh Jones, yes it was. He wasn't quite able to read the quick feet of Halohodo has already looked very likely for being able to pick himself up a try in this one, but once again, it will be the number 2 here, Evan Yardley, throwing it into the front, and it is claimed, and now it's a bit of a set play. Nice little roll around play. Thomas Williams dragged down only about a metre short of the line. Oh, sorry, 5 metres short, just a little bit further to go for the Cardiff side. Once again, it's going to be Seb Davis going sideways. We did get to see him play for Wales and the Autumn Internationals, which have actually been announced. Some of the ones that we are going to get to see, I believe England at the moment are the only side that have announced theirs. That's going to be a flat pass, bounce pass there, out to, oh, that's almost leading with the forearm into Danny Keir's throat. It's close, and it's going to be stolen there. And now breaking sideways, Murley still going. He's got men with him, steps back. Murley still going, not able to find the offload though to Marcus Smith, who is now going to be waiting there. It is going to be a loose ball taken nicely by the Harlequins. Hugh Jones now driving his way forward. This game is being played at a very frantic pace between these two sides. Neither side really want to clear the ball. They just want to keep on running with it. It is going to be Santiago Garcia-Bortia was carrying that one, and now it looks like Danny Keir will be sticking up the box kick here. But do let me know, ladies and gentlemen, who is going to be the next player to score a try. I'm going to say, that ball hasn't gone out. So now because of it, it will be back in the hands of Winnett. 40 metres out from his own line. Steps once again, runs straight at Kenningham, though, which isn't always the best idea. He looks like he stayed down for a little bit longer. The loose ball out the back for Fish. Tells the massive dummy there, trying to step around, but Kenningham once again right there, making the tackle. Gets back to his feet and doesn't quite turn the ball over, though. Now it's going to be Thomas Williams. Goes back, Halaholo. Wide cut out pass. Now it is going to be out on the wing to Theo Kapango. Wrestled down by his opposite number, Joe Marchand, and it is going to be the penalty for rolling forward after being held as the call there. That is going to be the penalty. I'm going to say next try. I'm going to say Caden Murley gets next try, but I feel like the next try is coming just very, very soon because there just seems to be try after try after try at the moment. There's 2 players down at the moment, Kenningham, and also I believe it might be Garcia Borta, who is also down, but there are a few hands on hips at the moment for both of these sides. When you're playing at the speed that they are, it's certainly not easy out there in these conditions. Kenningham just getting a little bit of strapping around the ankle as well. Hopefully it will be all right because he's been going well in the early stages of this game. But 24 minutes in, 2 tries apiece for both of these sides. Even if they lose the game, if you get 4 tries, you do end up in that situation of it being able to get yourself the bonus point, which could be crucial going through to the round of 16 now that we have no idea when those games will be able to take place. There we go. Liquid, gotta love it at the moment. That's the thing, 24 minutes has flown by like it was about 10 minutes maximum. And it's currently 2:28 a.m. Still feeling wide awake, but that is going to be the penalty. And now Marcus Smith will be kicking this one down towards the corner. Looks like he didn't get a huge amount of distance on it, Marcus, but still going to be about 35 metres out here with the line out. And it will be a good opportunity for Jack Walker. Try and get himself going forward. It is going to be now Jack Walker, like I mentioned. They might go for a bit of a set play here, the Harlequins. It's going to be Don Brandt passes the ball back now to Danny Keir. Got an attack and run from the big man, Andre Esterhuizen. And he is just digging in plenty of meters, 20 meters out now from him. So that was about a 15-meter run. Lorde now, he can certainly bulldoze his way forward when he needs to. Still going to be available. Danny Keir passes it back to Marcus Smith. Joe Marchand. Wide cut out pass there. Caden Murley. Good inside ball to Tyrone Green. Back to Murley. Takes it. He is going to be wrestled into touch, though, only 5 meters out. And that is going to be extremely close to him making it to the corner. Halo at the moment. He's got a big smile on his face. He is loving it at the moment. The contest out on that wing with Murley, but Tyrone Green on the inside was almost there. But Andre Esterhuizen, and he actually still has a little bit of a limp here, which does not look. Okay. So one of the forwards, I believe it was Jack Walker, was just asking the question to the referee, and the referee said to him pretty much in the plainest way possible, he said that your stability is the one that has been a bit of a problem recently. It was nicely done by Tyrone Green to pass it on the outside, then just trapped there, unfortunately, Caden Murley. No space to run down the wing there and are going to hurt me, but Cardiff are an okay team, and Di Young is a good coach as well there, says Flesh in his cell. But yeah, who I remember, I can't remember who you said at the start of this one in terms of what team you go for. I'm going back to make sure that I do say it right. And it was in there, Come On Blues from a Scarlets fan as well. Do the Scarlets have a match now or not now, but as in this week? Flesh, and do let me know, because I know that there were quite a few cancelled games. Of course, we did see Edinburgh get a massive win over the Saracens very recently, and I believe that game has been cancelled as well. So I'm not too sure whether or not Saracens do actually receive the points for that one, or whether it will be the other way around. You don't have to torture yourself, flesh and says Sebastian there. Jada is going to be kicked in behind. Nicely taken there, though, by Murley. And now an attacking run from Tyrone Green. He sees a gap and he goes for it as well. Good fend on the big man. And he has been wrestled down. Seb Davis at the moment around the side. Danny Kerr now gives it off to Marcus Smith. Good flat pass over to Joe Marchant. Not able to link up with Dom Brandt, but they are very quick in the breakdown for the Harlequins. Once again, just throwing themselves at the line. Danny Kerr fires it back now. Walker, once again, big content, and that's going to be the advantage as well in favour of the Harlequins. Marcus Smith wide, cut out pass now. Andre Estes and flick on the inside. Tyrone Green dragged down 5 minutes short here. And the Harlequins, I believe they still have the advantage. Going to be a good tackle. Lorde, the moment a few meters out. I think it's actually Halaholo, who is also down at the moment. There are a lot of sore bodies out there by the looks of it. That is going to be now once again going back for the penalty in favour of the Harlequins. They are currently sitting 5 points ahead in this one. The Scarlets, are they in the Challenge Cup or the Champions Cup? I believe they are. They had a postponed game up against Bordeaux. So I'm actually going to have a look at the Challenge Cup while I'm at it and see when or who received those points, because I was going to have the tables that I could pop up for you guys, but we have no idea what is really happening at the moment in terms of those ratings and whatnot. Right, the Challenge Cup is hiding from me. Unfortunately, for some reason, it has decided that it is going to go. There it is, Challenge Cup. So Gloucester, they were able to get themselves a big win, 54 points to 25. They're called off Bordeaux Beagles as well, and they're from Fleshin. And then also, Power versus, it was in the end. See, Saracens actually forfeited the points to Powell there. I do see for their game up against them. So that means, theoretically, Saracens may not even make it through to the round of 16 for the Challenge Cup. Like at this stage, they are pushing it to be able to make it, although they are currently sitting 1 point above of Brief. So it was lucky that they got their bonus point for their game up against Edinburgh, but it's certainly going to be interesting to see how this kind of all shapes up in terms of some games postponed, other games cancelled. I don't know what's happening, but that is going to be kicked over by the Harlequins. At the moment, I know that the Harlequins are up by 5 points and at this matchup, and it seems like they will be able to continue with this momentum. Both sides, if they get 2 more points, they will get themselves a nice little bonus for themselves there as well. But at the moment, it seems like it's going to be a relatively close game for the first half of this match. At the moment, 5 points difference between these two sides. Do we think that there is going to be another try in this first half? And if so, who do you think will be able to score it at the moment? I feel like it's probably a decent shout saying that it could actually end up being. Good take there once again from, it was in the end Alex Stonbrandt. That's a lie. It wasn't. It was Tyrone Green who once again got up. A rearranged game. They called it off. So why can't we get a 28-point win as well? Says Flish. Yeah, it seems like there's no consistency across the board in terms of the results that they are going to be changing type thing, and what counts as a cancel game, what's a postponed game, and what kind of warrants what not really punishment, but just what warrants what result as well. It's very tough to work out, that is for sure. And at the moment, it is going to be going forward once again. Nice little offload there from Seb Davis on the outside. Fish now, wide pass, and now it is going to be out to that man on the wing who is Ben's brother, as they like to call him, and also some epic rugby as well. So it's given, it is indeed high-scoring one between these two sides. And at the moment, the Cardiff side, they want to go into halftime, maybe with a bit of a points lead. Going to be a penalty, though, to the Harlequins, looking strong in the early stages of this game, and it has certainly been shown. I'm going Joe Marchant. It's been some time since I've seen a try from him as well. Has been, hasn't it? He doesn't really get too many opportunities for Harlequins recently. He was on English duty for a little while, but then saying that, so is Marcus Smith, and he has been playing certainly a lot more recently, but now it's going to be Smith. We'll be giving it off to Andre Estes, and this will test out the groin for him to kick this one downfield, and he has got the left boot, I believe it is, which is why they have given him this ball. It's a good kick. And that's from Andre Estes, and now it's going to be 22 meters out. So that was quite a good call from Marcus Smith to give it off to Andre Estes and go, right, I can't get the angle on this one. You have a big go at it and see how many meters you can get for yourself as well. But at the moment, Evan Yardley, once again, I love saying that name, even though I say it completely wrong, but currently sitting 5 points behind here for the Harlequins, 17 points to 12. Can they get themselves another try here? It's looking decent for the Quins. Walker throws it into the front. Kenningham takes it nicely, and this is going to be the rolling ball instead, breaking off the back now. It's going to be fire back. Danny Kerr, good attack and run. Joe Marchant now breaking through. Alex Stonbrandt, he's only a couple meters out. This is the draw and pass. It bounces up to Murley, but did it drift forward? No, it didn't. And it is going to be fine. Now it goes back, and it is going to be the penalty there for the Harlequins for the ban. Just a little bit offside. What does Danny Kerr do here? Do they take the 3 or do they kick it for the corner? Oh, sorry, actually, it's going to be Cardiff who do get the penalty there for being just a little bit offside. And that one for the Harlequins. But at the moment, this game, both sides are going to be having some very deep breaths at halftime. Everyone just keeps on going. This is a close game considering what the odds were before the game. It is indeed, like I mentioned, $40 for Cardiff to be able to win this game. It did seem rather harsh on them because they have got a decent enough side and they're playing well in the early stages. The Harlequins, they've had a couple good breaks though. They has looked like they are only one pass away from it being able to get themselves to try to just drift forward there. And then I believe it was Marcus Smith joining from the side of the ruck, kind of sealing it off, I believe is the call there. Dom Brandt just running it hard. And now it is going to be Evan Yardley once again. Penalties conceded at the moment. 3 against the Harlequins, 4 against Cardiff. Going back into the hands of Fish, and he is looking for the 50-22. Taken nicely by Murley, though, above his head as well. Very safe under the high ball. And now he is going to be kicking this one back downfield, looking for a bit of space. Does go straight into the hands, though, of Josh Adams, who is now back in his base, trying to go around the outside, trying to bump off the tackle as well. And a bit of a counter ruck from Hugh Tazard, not able to get in there for the Harlequins at the moment. It is going to be Thomas Williams. He's actually in the midfield, offloads it back to Fish, who once again looked like he was going to be kicking. Steps through the middle, though, and now he's going forward, breaking through a couple tackles, find the offload, and Thomas Williams, he has got the men with him, doesn't quite link up, though. Josh Adams nailed in the tackle, and now Tyrone Green, he is going for the counter-attack. Neither of these sides want to stop playing. Wide cut out past there. Joe Marchant takes it on the bounce, and he is going to kick it downfield, chased hard by the Harlequins there. It could become a 50-22. This is going to be a lot of pressure. Does he get it just a little bit too far? It is going to be pulling up 5 meters out. Very good kick for Joe Marchant there. Looks like the youngster, the number 15. It's going to be almost intercepted. That's going to be called as a knock-on, though, I believe. Only 5 meters out. Oh, it goes back, and it is going to be a deliberate knock-on. But that was almost a full field try for the Harlequins there. Both of these sides, they need to just have a little bit of a spell. That's the thing about test match cricket at the moment. It does mean that both of those sides get the drinks break every once in a while. These two sides, they'll be waiting for the 7 minutes. But at the moment, Dan Fish and also Thomas Williams always looking for a way of getting the Cardiff side on the front foot, I should say there. At the moment, it is going to be the penalty. But do let me know, ladies and gentlemen. So we've got Joe Marchant. Anyone else? Do we have any other predictions for who's going to score the try? I think I said the other winger, didn't I? For Caden Murley. Marcus Smith keeps that ball in the field of play now, and it does mean that now Tyrone Green once again going to be countering with a big run. At the moment, neither side have had this ball stopped for any amount of time at all. It's going to be stolen on the ground from Cardiff, and now they go to the short side, little offload on the outside. Nicely done. This could be the try. He's looking for the corner. Hugh Jones tries to stop him, steps on the inside. What a try that is for the youngster, and it is going to be Theo Kapanga, or as they called him earlier on, Ben's brother, has been able to score that one. And Cardiff now getting into the position of being 17 all. Let's leave the cricket out of this as says pleasure there as well. And also we've got that, or could be, or could we see an upset? It is certainly possible. That is for sure. At the moment, the first half result is well and truly slightly going the way of Cardiff. And if they can get this kick over, they will actually be leading at halftime as well. It was a great run forward there, sliding over the line like he was a penguin for that one. And now Cardiff going to be drawing at the moment between these two sides at halftime, possibly, depending on whether or not this kick does go over as well. It was a great run forward. Low tackle made by Walker, but just not quite able to get back quick enough. And it does mean that it is going to be Kapanga who was able to score that try down the wing. That is the third try of the match for Cardiff now. They only need one more to get themselves a bonus point. Unfortunately, Hugh Jones just not quite quick enough to work out what way he was going to be going as well. I think Harlequins will snake it at the end as well there. And also, I know Cardiff, and they're from Flesh in there. Not quite struck nicely by Thomas Williams, and it is going to remain 17 all at 34 minutes through this game. I actually got the clock slightly wrong. Normally it's way ahead, but it's actually way behind for this one. And also the try scorer so far, Danny Kerr, Marcus Smith, Cameron Winnett, also Jim Botham, and then Theo Kabango as well. That was a lovely, easy try as well there, says Fletch. And yeah, it just seemed a little bit too simple for Cardiff to be able to get that one. But that's the thing. When we're playing at such a frantic pace for both of these sides, there's always going to be little positions where players are out of where they should be, and then that opens up the opportunity. Liquid. Now it is going to be Tyrone Green Once again, getting that one for the Harlequins. This game's just going to keep on going and going and going till someone ends up either passing out from exhaustion or there are going to be about 15 tries in this matchup by the looks of it now. Once again, Andre Esterhazen throwing himself at the line. Danny Kerr on the halfway line at the moment now for the Harlequins. Going off to the right-hand side, Marcus Smith, little chip and chase, tries to set up. Was possibly blocked a little bit from Yado there. No easy games in the Champions Cup. I was prepared for something like this, believe it or not as well. Yeah, it's always very tough to read because that's the thing. Not only is it the Champions Cup, but also we're in that position of at the moment, like teams are losing like 5 of their players, like just before a game. So you have no idea who's going to be out on the field. Luckily for the Harlequins, I believe they've got most of their players back from the ones who were isolating. I believe they had a few of them missing for that one as well. That's almost going to be a 50-22 there. It was kicked from Cardiff's half as the call. So that is going to be the 50-22. And now Cardiff are going to have this line out throw at the moment. They try and take it quickly, and that is what they do. No. Okay, the whistle has gone to Moss was the call there from the referee. They did try and take that one quickly and tried to sneak it over as well. At the moment, the match, it's going to be interesting to see whether or not Cardiff can keep up this effort at the moment. We're sitting 17-all. They're in a good position to be able to get themselves possibly another try here and get that bonus point before the end of the first half. It is going to be frantically paced at the moment, that is for sure. Going to be thrown in once again. It is Evan. Hardly goes to the back, taken nicely by Cardiff. I believe it was Seb Davis who was able to jump up in the air. Thomas Williams now looking to set up this back line. Nice flat pass there to Halo. My voice is trying to disappear on me, but hopefully it does last for the rest of this one. It's going to be a good attacking run once again there from William Davis King. Cardiff at the moment, sitting straight out in front. It's going to be the drawn pass. Halo. Now this is a 2-on-1. Little grubber mind. Does it pull up for him? Yes, it does. Oh. Or does it? No, not quite. Wasn't quite able to get that one down there, unfortunately, for Theo Kabanga. Almost scoring a second one. The big absences are Joe Marler and Dino Lamb, but the rest of them are as well. Says Sebastian there in the chat. But yeah, that's the thing. Like a lot of these sides, I know that one of them, I could be wrong here, but I swear one of them said that they were missing like 10 teams, not for this matchup, but one of the Champions Cup teams. But Montpellier and Leinster, they were missing a lot of players like for both of those sides, yet it was Montpellier who did receive those points out of the two sides. Now goal line drop out now for Marcus Smith. Just tries to bang that one as far downfield as he can, but it's going to be taken nicely. This is a drop kick attempt from Thomas Williams. Strikes it beautifully, but it is going to be just away to the side, unfortunately for him, and it is now going to be a 22 dropout. Worth a crack, though, for Thomas Williams. Wanted the lead heading into halftime there. And at the moment, seems like it is going to be sitting at a draw for now between these two sides, but Cardiff are well and truly keeping up with the Harlequins. So if they can stick around in this game for the remainder, they could be in a good position to be able to go on and possibly get themselves, I'd say, at least a bonus point here. Like the way that they're playing at the moment, I would say that they do deserve at least that bonus point for being able to just stick around and keep on keeping on into this tough matchup up against the Harlequins. The Wales side, Cardiff, is good outfit as well. Says that it was given, and yeah, they certainly are. They're playing well in this matchup so far. There was another drop kick attempt there. So now Fish, he tried the long drop kick, and at the moment they seem to just be continuously going for the drop kicks here for Wales, but neither of them really able to nail one yet. Moment, who else is on their team? I wonder whether or not Cameron Winnett will decide that he wants to go for a drop kick. I think that's the first time I've seen someone go for a drop kick off a 22 dropout in my time that I've been commentating rugby. But I know that it's happened before, but that was the first time I've seen it happen. And then not just that, they did it again as well. Now they're running away with the ball to kick it into touch. And they're not going to be the most popular side out there, Cardiff, but that is going to be halftime, and it is going to be 17-all between these two sides at halftime. Their drop goals in the first half of the Champions Cup is mental as well. Says Sebastian there, but Cardiff, they knew that all they needed to do was just hang in there just a little bit longer. And now it is going to be 17-all between these two sides going into halftime. If you haven't already, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. It is hugely appreciated, all you guys being here. What did you think of the first half? Do let me know. It was an interesting one. That is for sure. It's certainly looking nicer here. You can't actually see really too much at the moment out there because it is pretty overcast. And at the moment now, now the teams are making their way off the field. I feel like the halftime breaks in these games for the Champions Cup are actually relatively long. So is there anything you guys want to see at halftime? Do let me know. And I will wait and see. I wonder whether or not I was going to say whether I could put up like a video from the past, but I don't know how well that would do in terms of lag wise and whatnot. But I am running a little bit low on my beverage. So I might end up going and refilling my glass for a little bit of time. It's a big stretch for myself. I've done quite a few of those today. I feel like I slouch big time. I sit here like this. I need to start straightening up the posture, kind of rubber band myself to the chair. See how that goes. You're supposed to tip it on your head, aren't you, after you finish it? Although I think that's for alcohol rather than just your casual is the word that I was looking for. But yeah, pretty much at this stage, I believe the next round of the Champions Cup, it is going to be next year, late January, I want to say that it is. I think it's probably around that same time as the Rugby Sevens. And I bet you it is the same weekend just because it seems to be any time there's a bit of a break. Frantic Pace just mental after Test cricket stream. Sorry for bringing up cricket, but these just fly by compared to those as well, says Sebastian. Yeah, exactly right. Like, that's the thing. Even like a normal game of rugby, I feel like this one has been about 1.5 times as quick. Like, neither of these sides want to kick the ball out and they just want to keep on going and going and going, counter-ruck, pretty much like that. And it has been absolutely awesome for this matchup as well. It's going to be a close game between Harlequins and Cardiff, but I think Harlequins, that experience that they've got off the bench as well, and the skill off the bench with Lewis Liner, I think should be able to get them the job done. But it is going to be January 16th that the next round of the Champions Cup has taken place, and then January 24th is the one after that. And I believe those are 2 weeks of the Sevens. I am going to have a quick look, though, to make sure that I have got it round the right way. Where is the Malaga? I don't think it's going to tell me when the Sevens is, but pretty much anyone who doesn't know about those groups, do you guys know about the groups for these Sevens? Because I can actually let you guys know again. I know that New Zealand and Australia are in the same group for the Malaga one, and also in Group 1, it is Fiji, England, and South Africa. So one of those sides will be missing out on the quarterfinals. Going to be interested to see who that will be, that is for sure. But Samoa also being added back in, Wales, Scotland, etc. They have all come back for that one as well. At the moment, they've got a few All Blacks versus Australia highlights from a little while ago, which is quite nice. Oh, do I have a video? I'm just going to have a quick look. I feel like me and George, oh no, that was Wasps that we were playing. That is unfortunate. I thought for a second that I did have a video from the olden days, or not from the olden days, but I did think I had one that it was going to be a little bit different, I guess you could say, in terms of the fact that I had actually, that wasn't really a sentence, was it? I just realized, but pretty much it was the case of, we had a video of us playing the Premiership final from a couple years ago. Cardiff 9th in the URC League as well. A rubbish team wins up better than this as well, says James Redmond there. And the chat, yeah, it's been a relatively close game for this first half. Cardiff have been able to score 3 tries compared to just the 2. So it does mean that maybe we get to see, who knows, it could be an ultimate upset because Cardiff, they were paying $40 to the money that the Quins were, and the Quins, you couldn't actually put any more money on them because they were already locked out. But what I am going to do, ladies and gentlemen, I will quickly pop away. I will refill my glass because I have been drinking plenty of water today. Hydration is key. It is relatively still warm here in New Zealand, but nonetheless, I will be back in a little bit of time. Should I leave my camera on, or do I just I will make Flash score the full screen for a little moment, but I will be back in just a very short moment. I will see you all very soon. Right, we are back. Oh, and my voice sounds great. By the sounds of it, I did have another drink. I have drunk so many glasses of water today. Hydration is key, but ladies and gentlemen, we have already had 3 tries for Cardiff in this first half and also a total of 2 tries for the Harlequins. So both sides getting very, very close to being able to get themselves possibly into the position of a bonus point for having 4 or more tries. Now, a few other games for the Champions Cup, they have already been cancelled this week, unfortunately, and also a few of them postponed. I'm not too sure when those games will be taking place, but hopefully they can get those games going at some stage in the near future. But that's the thing now with the URC and Premiership and everything probably coming back extremely soon. Because that's the thing. So many games this week have been affected by cases, I guess you could say, for the amount of kind of positive cases and whatnot. So it depends on what happens from here on out, whether or not we do get to see the URC next week, whether we get to see kind of all of the other competitions that will be taking part in just the near future. I'm going to have a quick look and see exactly who it is going to be that are playing next week, because I know that the URC, I think it is still about a week away. Okay, so the URC, it is starting up next weekend. Premiership Rugby starts in 8 days. So that is going to be a little bit later on. I believe that's a little bit of a super round. Yeah, Monday at 3 a.m. on the 27th of December, a whole heap of games all taking place, including Harlequins versus Northampton. That's actually going to be a game on Tuesday for that one. The top 14, it comes back in 8 days as well, with a whole heap of games on Monday and then on the Tuesday as well. And then the URC, we have still got a few matches taking place from the Northern Hemisphere, including on the Monday, it is going to be at 8:35 a.m. Munster versus Leinster. That's a big game. So hopefully we will be able to cover that on the channel as well. They are showing it here in New Zealand, which is always nice to see for those games. And then also that is going to be, they've actually got a game on Christmas Day here at 2 a.m., but we will not be covering that one. We will more than likely be sleeping. We have got Fidge and the chat has said hi as well. Well, hello there. Welcome into the live stream. Hope you are doing well. At the moment, we are at halftime between these two sides. We're waiting to see who will be able to get the win. Cardiff at the moment, they were huge underdogs in this game, but they are still right in this matchup. Only 1 try away from getting themselves a bonus point as well. But the Bulls, their next game, and the Sharks, etc., for the URC, they are actually playing in about 20 days' time, and I am unable to watch. Rugby Live. Anyone got a good location? Says Fidge. I believe your best bet, unfortunately, I believe they only have the highlights on YouTube after this, but I would recommend checking out the Harlequins YouTube channel. I believe that they will have the highlights of this game after it is finished. One moment, I will have a quick look and see if I can get you a link for it as well. One moment, we will go like this as well. But I hope you are doing well. I bet it on Cardiff. I'm newly getting into rugby as well. Says Fidge there. And that, yeah, but yeah, I'm not too sure whether or not they will have anywhere that you can watch the game live. Unfortunately, I don't think they actually have it for anywhere. We will go like this, and we will go like this as well. We'll see whether or not I can find you. Okay, so, actually, sorry, this is actually a Champions Cup game, isn't it? A moment, so we will go like that, and we will go like this as well. Right, I will send you a link through the chat, and pretty much that is to this place, or that is to the channel that you can actually watch the highlights of this game. Unfortunately, they do not have any of the actual match, I guess you could say, live footage, but they have got the highlights of that game type thing, so you will get to see the tries, etc. How much money did you put on Cardiff? Do let me know. And also, we have got that very nice thank you. And the chat says, Fidge. Hopefully, you will be able to get yourself a win in that regard. But yeah, it is a very good channel because you do get to see all of the highlights. That is for everyone in the chat as well to check out if you do want to see the highlights of these Challenge Cup games. They are normally pretty speedy with uploading them, such as the game between Gloucester and Benetton. They uploaded it pretty much directly after it did take place 13 hours ago. And then Dragons versus Lions, Ulster versus Northampton, you name it, it's on there as well. €3 as well. See, that was Fidge, and also it's on BT Sport in the UK. That's all I know as well. And also we have got that if you want to be illegal, can I say it as if you want to be illegal? Can I say it as well? And very high odds says that Fidge there. And the chat, if you want to be illegal, can I say it? It says Fleshin. I feel like that's such an interesting statement. I mean, I'm just looking this way, Fleshin. I'm not paying attention to the chat. So if you want to say something, you know what I'm saying? At the moment, 2 tries so far for the Harlequins. Danny Kerr and Marcus Smith. Cameron Winnett. Then it was Jim Botham and then Theo Carbonneau who was able to score it there for Cardiff as well. And also we have got the you can DM me as well. And they're from Fidge. At the moment, we have got highlights of the Wallabies versus All Blacks game that has been taking place. Yeah, there's David Havili out there on the field. He is actually one of those players that will be in Super Rugby Pacific when it does start up, and they are going to be very exciting. I feel like now that we're sitting at a random hour of the night, I think I can tell you guys as well. And also, yeah, I've got there 3 straight AMs as well there from Flesh in the Irons. I didn't see nothing. I didn't say it. Don't do that. Don't do that. If you want it. I feel like I'm overtired at this point, aren't I? But pretty much, I have got an idea, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm wondering whether or not I am going to be able to make it happen. I'm trying to work out, because I did talk to you guys about my parents' Christmas present. They will be well and truly sound asleep because it's 3 a.m. So I feel like I can talk to you guys about it now, but I'm planning on sending them up to Christchurch with my grandparents to go to the Black Cats versus South Africa test match that has taken place around the same time as Super Rugby Pacific starts up. But I haven't quite planned it out just yet, but I think I am going to send them up there for a few days, or we might even possibly try and send them up for a little bit of the week leading up to that. Fields are blue, sky is green. I love fishing. I sing this as distraction as well. Says Sebastian there. Fields of wait. Oh, I just realized that I got confused by it as well, and I see why that is going to be. Yeah, that got me. That got me big time. Fields are blue. I guess it depends on what's in the field, isn't it? George, he likes fields. He's doing a little bit of mowing at the moment up Tekapo Way, or down Tekapo Way, if you guys know whereabouts that is in New Zealand. He is doing a bit of harvesting of the old grass and doing some mowing and whatnot. And I think he is going to be away for Christmas. So my other plan of trying to get a Kiwi Lads podcast of us 4 together might be a little bit later than anticipated, because everyone is just busy at the moment. I feel like I'm sitting here doing a whole heap of live streams and everyone is like working 15 hours and whatnot, kind of out and about. George has been in a tractor for a majority of this week, and then also Daniel's still out and about doing his work, and then Isaac's in Christchurch, so it does make it a little bit more difficult. But the second half is about to be back underway for this matchup as well, but it should be exciting. See how this one goes. At 17 all at halftime. Who wouldn't have been expecting this? I feel like a lot of people may be expecting that Cardiff would be able to put up a good fight for this one, but now it is going to be the time for talking, because both of these sides, they want the points for the Champions Cup. One more try for Cardiff will mean that they do get themselves a total of a nice little bonus of 1 point if they don't win this game. If they do win this game, though, they will get themselves a nice juicy 5 points on the table as well. And the Harlequins, after their win up against Castra, they will be under just that little bit more pressure to make sure that they keep on succeeding. But Halaholo making his way out onto the field. Also, it is the very youngster and at that number 15 jersey. He's doing very nicely. Cameron win it for himself as well. But anyone who is new to the channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. It is going to also be Theo Kapango. He was going very decently for the Cardiff Blues in the first half. I actually filled up my glass completely again. I see Fields of Green. Oh, that's that. What a wonderful world song, isn't it? Sky is blue. And I feel like I could try and impersonate his voice, but it's very hard to do, isn't it? Definitely when you've got a sore, or not really sore throat, but just a voice that doesn't work. I'm thinking about trying it, but I feel like now that I've said that I was going to try it, I feel like it ruins the moment, you know? It's just not quite the same. At the moment, it is going to be a couple changes almost going to be made for the Harlequins, maybe a little bit later on, yeah. And there says Fitch there in the chat as well, but it is going to be kicked off by Dan Fish. And 20 years of smoking will do it as well, says Fitch there. And the chat also, we have got there the Jamaican flag from Sebastian there in the chat as well. But Andre Esterhuizen, the big old South African, ready to go for this game. It's going to be him versus Halaholo, and just a matter of both guys just smacking into each other in the midfield. It's kicked off there by the Cardiff side. Going to be claimed beautifully by Seb Davies, and they are going to be hanging on to this one for themselves. The Nears on the ground, they have to release them, and that is just what they have done now. Thomas Williams going to be getting that one. It's going to be a little knock on, though. And now it means that it is going to be the Cardiff side who will be under pressure at scrum time. Seb Davis, though, being able to retain that ball off kickoff, it looked like for a second that they were going to be able to get a great start to this one. But the Harlequins, can you remember what your score prediction was, Sebastian? Was it 30 points to 12 or something along those lines? Because I feel like if we added a try to both of those sides, like an extra 5 points, so you go, it would be 35 points to 17. I feel like that might not be a mile off for this game. Although Cardiff, I think, still have another try in them. It's hard to predict this game. I feel like the thing is, the TAB having the odds that it was $40 for Cardiff just seemed ridiculous for the circumstance of the Champions Cup. We see upsets in the Champions Cup all the time, and it's going to be now Halaholo with a good step off the foot, good low tackle from Danny Keogh, and also Kenningham able to drag him down nicely, looking to the left-hand side now. Fish with the good hands on the outside now, drawing past. It is going to be down the wing for it was Kapango once again. Straight on the ball. Doesn't quite turn it over there for Alex Dombrandt. Now a bit of drawing pass there. Fish once again firing the ball back. Cross. Field pass. Nicely done. Josh Adams steps on the inside. Just going to be short of the line by 5 meters there. It's up 30-12. Yeah, and I thought I was generous for Cardiff. Turns out I underestimated them. I think a lot of people did for this game. They have actually come out absolutely firing for this one. And I think the subs are going to have to win it for the Harlequins into this matchup. They have got Liner. They have also got big Viliami Taulani. That ball has been put down. Little flick out the back as well. It's a little bit rough here, but Joe Marchant cleans it up. Only a few meters out from the line, almost stepping on top of Kenningham. It was looking like he's really struggling to get back to his feet. That ankle is heavily strapped, and it looks like he is going to be trying to continue this match, but more than likely will get subbed off extremely soon. Now Danny Keogh going to be here once again with the ball advantage over 5 meters out. Good kick downfield from Danny Keogh. Pretty much the whole time that ball was in the air, I was yawning. So that tells you how long that one was up in the air for. It was a good box kick from Danny Keogh. Got himself a few meters as well, but 17 points to 17 at the moment. I actually remember seeing some relatively big news. It was that Ellis Genge has left, or he's leaving Leicester Tigers. Can anyone remember what side he was signing for? Ellis Genge, because I know it was a big signing for someone else. He was taking a pay cut, but he was getting somewhere. Was it Bristol that he was going to? I can't quite remember. And you are working too, Hamish. Keep us entertained. You kind busy as well. Says that it was given there. Yeah, I guess that's the thing. YouTube kind of has become, that's going to be the penalty. YouTube pretty much has become like what I do from the moment I wake up to the moment I go to bed. Is just pretty much whether it is editing. Like that's the thing. We've probably got, I don't even know, like how much do we have? I'm just looking around at the moment, looking at all of the hard drive. Like I've got about 3 hard drives at the moment that are all full of footage that hasn't been edited or that has been edited that hasn't been uploaded. Like this one is a 4 terabyte one. It filled up within like a little while. We've got another one down there, another one that is plugged in at the moment that I have to use because my computer's got no space left on it as well. Like we've got constant projects, even if none of them are really getting released right at this moment. There's so many on the go that I am trying to get done. At the same time, and out is going to be Marcus Smith. Nice flat ball. Now Alex Dombrandt. Said his name very well, but he is going to be driving his way forward once again now. Still sitting about 35 meters out. Danny Keogh fires it back nicely once again. And it is going to be a good tackle from the Cardiff side. Almost, it's a little knock on. I thought that maybe it was that guy on the ground. Was having a bit of a play with it, William Davis King. And it is now going to be the scrum feed for Cardiff as well. But anyone who is new to the channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. We are going to be back tomorrow with the Leicester Tigers taking on Connacht. And what should be a very exciting one. I'm actually going to look up and see where Ellis Genge has ended up signing. Because I know it was a relatively big side for him. Like they say, Andre Esterhuizen, he is certainly a dangerous prospect. Right, news. Where is Ellis Genge heading? I know that he was taking a pay cut to head somewhere, but I feel like that is the biggest news this week, other than, of course, all of the games that were postponed and whatnot. Where is he going? Ellis Genge. Bristol Bears. He is going to the Bristol Bears for Ellis Genge. So that is going to be a big signing for them to have in the front row. Going to be the scrum reset. Everyone moving around all over the place. 45 minutes into this game at the moment. And like you mentioned, Seb, these games just fly by for these matches. That is for sure. Like we're sitting 17 all after 45 minutes. I feel like I've watched like 20 minutes of rugby. And it's already almost gone home to Bristol as well. Says Flesh in there. Yeah, it is going to be exciting to see what he can do in that front row. And also we have got there, Sebastian, your co-workers on team as well. Says Kevin, he is indeed. He's always here. No matter the hour in Romania, Sebastian is here, bringing the power in the chat. Oh, a little bit of rhymes at this time of the night. Guess I'm bringing them all out. That is for sure. But yeah, we have got the test match tomorrow, which is going to be interesting. England, they have got to try and bowl out Australia possibly quickly if they do want a chance of being able to win them one. And also the big bash tomorrow night. So hopefully my voice does still exist. Holo there. No look pass on the outside now. Good drawing pass. Josh Adams now. He's got pace running straight over the top of Tyrone Green. He was able to tackle him extremely nicely. And now it's going to be the counter ruck from the Harlequins. Andre Estes and not able to get it going now. Fish, wide cut out past Dan Fish now on the outside. One more, right out to Kapungo down the wing. Tackle well by Joe Marchant. Wrestled down 22 metres out. Alice came back to Bristol after 5 years. He left in 2016 as well there. Sebastian now stealing the ball on the ground, and it is going to be the Harlequins once again in the hands of Jack Kenningham. That will not hurt, or that will hurt the ankle, I should say, with him just trying to crawl his way forward. Currently passing the ball back, and it is a penalty to Cardiff. Tackle past the ball is the call. And now Cardiff taking the quick tap there. Thomas Williams, everyone caught napping. Were they back 10? Just about. And now around the side, Davis King once again. Still going forward at the moment. They just aren't giving up here. And what's currently the best international team says Fidge. Oh, that's a good question. I mean, at the moment, I'm really liking the look of Ireland and also of France from those autumn internationals. They were impressive throughout those ones. Are both going undefeated for themselves, including big wins over the All Blacks. But then also, I mean, South Africa, England, etc. are still always going to be up there. That's going to be offloaded back in field. And it's still going to be a little knock on against the Harlequins. Cardiff still got this one 5 meters out now from the line. Knock on by Quins. There's the call there from the referee. Love his accent at the moment, that is for sure. But 47 minutes into this game at the moment, and it is 17-all between these two sides. Josh Adam, he has had to work hard throughout this game. He did end up with a yellow card earlier on for a tackle on Tyrone game, but it was a good little bit of no-look passing there between Halo and also Lilo in the middle. Didn't Ireland lose to the All Blacks on the 13th of November as well? They actually beat the All Blacks there. They had a very close game, but they were able to beat the All Blacks. And then the week after that, the All Blacks were beaten by France as well. And theoretically, South Africa looking at the world rankings, but practically not as well, says Sebastian there. That was a good throw from the deep there, and the referee has told him that it was a good throw as well. A bit of an American football one. And also we have got there, Quinn's going to win as well, says Colin. Who is going to score the next drive for them, Colin? Do let me know. Currently 48 minutes in, and also we have got there the face from Fish there in the chat. So yeah, the All Blacks, they had a little bit of a rough patch. They did end up losing 2 games in a row. Thomas Williams, beautiful offload. Josh Adams drops the head. He's on his back. Does he get it down? I think maybe there was a little bit of contact with the ground, or was there? No, it's a goal line dropout. There's a little bit of laughing going on. Marcus Smith just having a bit of a chat with Josh Adams there by the looks of it, but somehow they've been able to save that one from going through, but it is going to be the goal line dropout. Now, the last 2 times that they've had a 22 dropout or a goal line dropout, they've actually attempted drop kicks from there, Cardiff, when they do receive the ball. So it looks like now Marcus Smith going to be kicking that one downfield, right down the middle of the field, up to the halfway line. Does Thomas Williams go for the drop kick this time? No, this time he is going to be trying to go for the little grubber in behind. It's going to be kicked forward nicely. Kapungo trying to get onto it, but not quite able to take it. Tyrone Green now claims this one inside of the 22 for the Harlequins. Good counter ruck there from Seb Davis. Still available, though, for them. Walker. Actually, it's going to be the replacement for Walker here. Throwing himself at the line. I think it was Jack Musk. Making his way forward. Rolling the ball back now for Danny Kieran. He is going to be putting up the box kick. We have got there. Jen is on, as says Jay. I always end up saying the first part, and then the thing is, I read the first name, like I read Jen, and then I look up a little bit and see Jay, and I'm like, right, I know where this is going as well. So Jenna out on the field still. Apparently made his way, or her way back out there. Yeah, that's great work from Alex Dombrandt to be able to hold that ball up off the ground and not let Josh Adams get it down bugger low, says Jay. You will get me one day. I feel like it's going to be for like a 6:30 a.m. live stream, and feeling a bit exhausted today's session of the Ashes as well, says Kevin. Yeah, it has been a big day of sport, that is for sure. Tomorrow, I think it's going to be even bigger for us, because we are going to be doing the Big Bash. And also we will be doing a couple of games of rugby as well alongside it. So it is going to be tough. Just the 1 game of rugby, but also 2 sessions of the Ashes. But it might only be the first hour of the afternoon one that we do end up doing for that one. Now nicely kicked it downfield from Fish once again. Northmore out on the field, and that is going to be replacing Hugh Jones. Bouncing up nicely, and Seb Davis. No, sorry, it was actually the number 7, the try scorer early on in the match, who has been able to jump on that one, James Botham. Now we have got there, have you heard the song? If You Seek Amy as well. Says Novmum, I have not. When is it from Novmum? Is it like an older song or a newer song? Do let me know. And now it is going to be Seb Davis once again, throwing himself forward at the line, almost stolen there by Kenningham. He does go down like he was a falling tree, though. Holo. Once again, wrestled down by Andre Esterhazen, I should say there. The moment still available around the side. There it is going to be the number 2 just throwing himself at the line there. Evan Yade is going to be the knock on, and it is going to be the scrum feed now for Cardiff. 15 minutes through this game now, ladies and gentlemen. 17 all between these two sides. It's going down to the wire. I'm still confused at what way this one's going to go, because that's the thing. Cardiff are keeping it close at this point in time. They have made one sub. Or actually, they've made more than one sub. They've actually made most of their subs here, because I do see that it is Matt Simons. Or Simmons. Matt Simmons, I think it is. It's from 2009 as well. It says, no, Mum, who is it by? Do let me know. If you seek Amy. Is it from a movie? And if you say it slowly, if you seek K. So you got to do it like that, Jay. That one got me. As one of the odds. What odds ended up a draw, Amish, as well, says Kevin. I believe for a draw it was $100 as well. Good game this, says Flesh, and it's a very close one. I feel like I'm drinking a lot more water over the last couple of days, which is probably a good thing. Keep my hydrated, keep myself awake at this stage. Is it actually a real song, Nov Mum? Or is it like a fake one? A fake song. I don't think I've heard of a fake song, though. As well, a good game this as well. Sees up Flesh in there at the moment. It is going to be the scrum feed here for Cardiff. Can they pull off an upset here? The Harlequins, they still need another 2 tries if they do want a chance of being able to get at least 1 point out of this match. A bit of a blood bin here for the number 6 there, Alice Jenkins. Been working hard out there on the field. Jenna sung that song as well, says Jay there in the chat. Not quite, mate. Not quite. It's going to happen one day, though. I feel like when it does happen, I'm just going to see like a whole heap of spam there. Yes, by Britney Spears, as well, says Novmum there in the chat. She actually has the same birthday as me, I think. I'm going to look up Britney Spears, but only for research purposes. Britney Spears. When's her birthday? 2nd of December. She does have the same birthday as me, although she is over or almost double my age. She is 40 at the moment. Yeah, my birthday is also on the same day. I have no hope as well. And so Springboks beat the Six Nations champions. None of the Six Nations teams are consistent enough to be world number 1 as well, says Xbox. Exactly right. And it is one of those ones that the world rankings, it is still going to be probably South Africa for the next little while. And then maybe it slots between South Africa and New Zealand. But with New Zealand losing 2 games, I don't see them quite catching up to South Africa for a little while anyway. They will need to beat them a couple of times in the Rugby Championship for it to be able to take place. We're still waiting for the scrum reset, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, if we are wondering what is happening in the game at the moment. 17 points to all. And at this game, the Harlequins staff, they will be a little bit nervous here. See whether or not they can get themselves a win. 29 minutes left in this one. Seth Davis, the big man for them. Also, Viliami Taulani not making his way out onto the field yet. Northmore has, though, and Lewis Liner, I assume, will not be too far away from it being out on the wing. It's nicely set here. They've got 4 men on the right-hand side, 2 men on the bottom side of the screen when it does come to that set play. So I think maybe they're going number 8 off the back. It's going to be a big push there. Number 9 now. Passes it back to Fish. It was Thomas Williams originally. Did have that one. Hula once again with a good Gary Ford. He's passed it off now to Tane Basham. Just Basham. In general, it was James Botham actually as the name in this Harlequins who do get that one there for themselves. Now it is going to be 52 minutes into this game at the moment. And the Harlequin supporters, they are happy with the effort from Alex Dombrand. He's had to work very hard in this game to have any chance for them as well. But Andre Estaes, and once again, will be kicking this one for the touchline. He has got a long boot, which I believe is why they have decided that he will be the man who will be in charge of it as well. But Alex Dombrand at the moment, he is looking good. Now they're on the field. And I will ask the question, ladies and gentlemen, for anyone who is watching this game, who would you say is the best performer at the moment for the Cardiff side? I would actually argue probably Dan Fish in a way, the number 10. Follow me. He has been doing very nicely for himself. Also, Thomas Williams, that combo of him and Thomas Williams and Holo as well. Actually, most of the Cardiff backline and still going strong. Love your dedication, mate, as well. And this is Adrian Smith. Yeah, this is going to be our last live stream of the night. Then I will be going to sleep and then waking up for about 5 more live streams tomorrow, 4 more live streams I think it is something along those lines. It is going to be the draw and pass here. Once again, trying to bust their way forward. It is going to be Luke Northmore. The Gary currently sitting inside of their own half, just throwing Jack Musk at the line, and you and the chat as well. I saw that little yawn as says JA there, and yeah, that counts in the chat. Says that Sebastian there, and that is going to be another situation of Danny Gear kicking it out on the full. Although I haven't had 17 yet, I think that's only about the third that we have had, maybe twice. I have been yawning for this one. And also, we've got there, honestly, the Cardiff team has all stood up. They have indeed. They've all been doing, like, that's the thing. When you have to list multiple players, like when I was like, Thomas Williams done well, Dan Fish pretty well as well. Hello. Cameron Winnett in the fullback jersey as well. I think Brittany is single Amish from her age. She most likely be your mum as well. Says Kevin there, yeah, I don't know whether or not I would go there. It'd be weird sharing I guess, would it be weird or would it not be weird sharing a birthday with someone? I guess it depends on the situation, because if you break up, then you remember your birthday as their birthday, and then it makes you sad. But if you're both on the same birthday, I'm way off tonight with my predictions as well, says Jay. I think a lot of us are, to be fair. These games are always hard to predict when it comes to the Champions Cup. You never know what sides are going to be showing up. And at the moment, the Harlequins, they've been under a huge amount of pressure throughout this match as well. And in fact, if they did win it, you would say that it could be considered slightly lucky with the way that the Cardiff Blues have been playing at the moment. Still trying to get this ball out the back. Alex Dombrandt, does it become a rolling ball? No, it's actually Lorde there. Trying to shut it down. Still available for them. Esther Hazen plays half back, bid tackle on Must. They are just driving them backwards at the moment. Johnny. That's not Johnny. It's Danny. Danny Keir here. 26 minutes left in this game now between the two sides. It's going high. It's taken nicely by Fish. Almost lined up and going straight past him there. And now it's a counter-attack here for the Cardiff side on the outside. Oh, he doesn't link up though. And it's a huge hit on him by, in the end, Joe Marchant, who well and truly muscled up. It was taken quickly, was it? Oh, they're going back for it as well. At the moment, 17 all into this matchup between the two sides. Like they're saying there, I believe it was from in front of the mark, so that is why they're not allowed to go. 3 tries so far for Cardiff. It was Cameron Winnett, the fullback, Jim Botham, the number 7, and then Theo Kabango, who was sitting there out on the left wing side, who almost was able to set up a beautiful draw and pass there. Danny Kerr and Marcus Smith, the 9-10 combo for the Quins. I feel like the thing that would put the icing on the cake for them would be if it was Dombrandt, who does get the final one, because he has probably been the player out there the whole time for the Harlequins who has been just putting in the shift, being able to get a few turnovers for his side, and also almost stolen. Oh, that's going to be a very ugly fall for whoever that was underneath. I really hope that they are all right. It is going to be the penalty there for closing the gap. Is he all right? Oh, there's a little bit of push and shove at the moment going on between a couple of players. That's Seb Davis and also the replacement there, Matt Simmons, who's not too happy about it. As well as everyone going to release, and we all going to be friends again while we're playing a bit of rugby. Seems like it. Everyone has calmed down. At the moment, Joe Marchant just trying to tap Seb Davies on the back. I don't know whether or not that is a good idea, but pretty much it was Kenningham who did try and wrestle him out. And then from there, I think it was just in the end, maybe the guy just lying on him for a little bit too long, which did annoy one of the players, that is for sure. But now at the moment, we are still sitting 17 all. Like I mentioned, 55 minutes down in this game. That says 60. So Flash score have fixed it in terms of the timing being way off. There is lots of lines on the field as well. There is indeed. It seems like someone has, like, I don't know, it seems like they've kind of unrolled the whole pitch, if that makes sense. You know how, like, when you have something like all folded up nicely and then you unroll it, it's got like those dints in it. I feel like that's kind of what the pitch looks like. I'm not sure what was on it beforehand, but it seems like something was way too heavy for it. It almost looks like digger tracks or something along those lines, like, except it would be an absolutely huge digger if it was a digger track. But it kind of looks like the way that it's kind of like chopped into it. I don't know, or don't really know what they've done to it as well. I don't know whether they've tried to replace it and it's slightly gone wrong, or whether it is just the way that it normally sits. Sebastian, you are a Harlequins boy. Does the pitch normally look like this at Twickenham Stoop? I swear I haven't seen it look like this for the last little while. Maybe it's just a little bit dry from a bit of excess rain. I'm not really too sure. And a huge digger, as I said, yeah, it would be a massive one for them to be able to have that. Unless, of course, you just run it back and forth all the time. Joe Marchant now trying to break the line. Once again, going to be wrestled down, and it will be the number 8 here trying to get straight on the ball. Sam Moore, he's got it. No, he doesn't. Or does he? No, he doesn't. And that is going to be the penalty now. Right, Harlequins here should probably take the 3. It's out in front. I never unroll. I only roll up as well. See, that was Sebastian there in the chat. And for some reason, when I thought of, like, unrolling something, I was thinking of a puzzle mat. You know, like a puzzle mat. Are they a thing? They used to be a thing. Remember when puzzles, like everyone was doing puzzles, was jigs? Did you guys have was jigs? Whereabouts are you guys? Romania. Romania. Did they have was jigs? Novmum, do you know what a was jig is? Jay, Kevin, was jigs? I feel like I'm just repeating was jigs now. They're kind of like a puzzle that the box would have a different image than what had actually happened. Like it was kind of like a before photo, and then the puzzle that you like made was an after photo. Is this just me being weird, or do you guys know what a was jig is? Do let me know, but now it is going to be thrown in by the replacement here for Jack Musk. Rolling Maul starting to creep forward here for the Quins. They've been told to use it once, breaking off the back there. Nice bit of a step there from a Musk, and he is only a metre short of the line now. Danny Gear fires the ball. Dom Brandt spins. Dom Brandt scores, and that completes it as well. I used to do a few jigsaws as a kid as well, says Sebastian there in the chat, but Dom Brandt, comment I made about 2 minutes ago, still stands, and that was the fact that you probably say to make the perfect trio, he'd have to get it as well. And that is exactly what he's done. So now 8, 9, 10 have scored. Whoever's next, it will either be, I guess, the number 7 for them, which is Kenningham, or it will be maybe Caden Murley as well. I don't know what the word things is doing there as well. I don't know what the word things is doing there. A few things jigsaws as a kid as well. And it's a damn says fishing a nope. I have no idea. Maybe it's called something different here in the USA. I'm knackered, but I love it as well. Says Sebastian there. Yeah, you've been busy all day with the amount of just live streams and also cricket and whatnot that we have been watching as well. And it was Dom Brandt. He just ends up just throwing himself at the line, literally just full-on commitment, 100% given. Just smack straight into it. Novmum, I think you are the only one who can save me here. Was jigs. Have you heard of them, the puzzles? Do let me know. I know that you're from New Zealand, so I feel like you're my saving grace in this situation. We have us there try. Said Sebastian there in the chat for the Quins. And now it is going to be Marcus Smith trying to line up this one. He does get it. 24 points to 17 now for the Harlequins, and they're going to continue to try and make their way forward here for the next little while. The Cardiff side, they will be on the back foot. Try scorers is Danny Keir, Marcus Smith, Alex Dom Brandt for the Quins, and then Cameron Winnett, Jim Botham, and also Theo Capagno as well. Now, this is a big moment in this game because we were talking about the fact that Cardiff, they were 1 try away from getting the bonus point. Now the Harlequins are also 1 try away from being able to receive that bonus point. 20 minutes left in this game. Can Cardiff hang on? We popped out the back there and back into the hands. What are we talking about? Something about puzzles, says Novmum. And Canada in the chat says, Feach, do you know of a was jig puzzle? Novmum, pretty much those puzzles that had like a picture on the box, and then the puzzle inside would be the aftermath of that picture. The was jigs. I think they're called was jigs. Was jigs. I think that's how they're pronounced. Do you know them? Do let me know. Now that stage, a little knock on there. Well, looks like it's going to be the advantage for Cardiff now. Just piercing his way through. It was Alan Rez throwing himself at the line. Thomas Williams now once again. I believe they still have the advantage. Yes, my husband has one as well. Says Novmum there. And the chat said, yeah, it's not just me being crazy. They are a thing. Jigsaw puzzle as well. Says Jay. They are a jigsaw puzzle, and pretty much the box has a different picture to what's actually happened in the puzzle type thing. So it would be like whole heap of people who are, or it's kind of like looking at it from the other perspective type thing. And also we have got there, no, I'm not from an Anglo-Saxon country as well. And there, and the chat from Fetch, and also we've got the Olivia Jade Giannulli is single for you, Amish, as well. Who is Olivia Jade Giannulli? Do let me know. S-Block, and also we've got the I'm from mainland Europe as well. And RK says that Jay, and that is going to be good work from the Cardiff side. Unfortunately, though, up till that point, they were doing very nicely. And then there was the knock-on from Cameron Winnett. Went straight through the hands. He was looking up to see Joe Marchant right there, ready to take him on. Like they've said, he's had a very, very good game so far. But yeah, pretty much it is like people's reaction to the puzzle. Or like they have like a normal picture and then everyone's like, oh, like something in the aftermath. So you have to kind of work out the same layout of the puzzle, but it's got different faces for different people to what it was before. Lewis Liner now making his way out onto the field for Meliana. Say something in your language as well. I want to learn, or I want to see if I recognize it as well. Says Sebastian there. And is she, Jay? She's also single, is she? And I won't translate her. I'll just be here. I'll be just here as well. And yeah, we do have them, but don't know the name as well, says Flesh in there in the chat as well. I'm wondering who Olivia Jade Giannulli is. And also we've got their lol from Jade. Or sorry, not from Jade, from Jay, I should say. There's going to be a good push there from the Harlequins. They've got this ball back now. Marcus Smith on the outside. This is looking like maybe a good opportunity. Joe Marchant running over the top down the wing. Not able to find the offload to Tyrone Green, though. Still going to be on the side of the Harlequins. Can they get the job done? That is the big question still going forward here. In the moment, it is going to be the new advantage for the Harlequins. Really, Cardiff, they are playing with only a few men on the field at the moment. Or actually 14 to be exact, because they have lost one of their players to a little bit of an injury rush defense there. Marcus Smith looking for the offload, not able to find it. Another advantage opening up here. Alex Dombrand going to be backing himself. Fish makes a good low tackle on him, though. Currently sitting 10 metres out for them, and now it is going to be going back across field. The hands of Simons. That's another advantage. And this could be close to a yellow card. Cross kick there from Marcus Smith. Picture perfect. And now Joe Marchant scores a try for the Harlequins. And that is going to be another one. Gets a big old hug from Viliami Taulani. And it was very nicely done indeed for the Harlequins. And now that gives them a 29-17 lead over the Cardiff side. So I feel like this is what people were expecting. I know I am wrong. He has an impossible puzzle as well. But yes, there is a watch jig puzzle as well in there. Says Novmum, yeah, my sister used to be a bit of a puzzle-ish. She did a little bit of puzzles. She had like a puzzle board and stuff. But I was never allowed to touch the puzzles. It was don't touch the puzzles. I was allowed to do a Batman one that was like 100 pieces. That was all I was allowed. Do your Batman one was the comment. I used to do one at the Wiggles, or used to do one of the Wiggles at my Nana's house. Fun fact, it was always missing a piece though, which was very annoying. It's never quite completed. We have got there. Try. Says Sebastian there as well. Good cross kick from Marcus Smith, of course. Goes straight into the hands of Joe Marchant. And now they are going to have this kicking opportunity from the touchline. 29 points to 17 at the moment. Marcus Smith doesn't normally miss too many, which is why he'll probably miss this one, because I have probably jinxed him big time. It's a tough kick, though, right from the touchline here for Marcus Smith. Lining it up. 40 metres successful at the moment. 4 from 4. Danny Kerr, Marcus Smith, Alex Dombrand, and also it is Cameron Winnett for them as well. And Joe Marchant, sorry, he's nailed that one. Marcus Smith, and now the score is going to be 31 points to 17 here. And I bet your sister stole that missing piece as well, says Jay. She probably did, just to get kind of into my head, you know. I feel like puzzles, you need a certain kind of patience to do a puzzle, don't you? Because, like, it's just looking at the pieces and whatnot. It's like, do let me know, ladies and gentlemen, do you read books? Let me know, because I have never really been much of a book reader, whereas my sister, she's got like 200 books. She always buying books as well, whereas I'm like, hey, you want to play rugby on the Xbox type thing. Like, I go to the Bookarama every once in a while, which is like a thing in New Zealand. I feel like this is just becoming a podcast of, hey, let's just tell everyone about my life. So I'd agree, Hamish. Missing puzzle pieces, so annoying as well, says Kevin there. And the chat now firing it back across field. It's in the hands of Jack Musk, sorry. Elon Musk's boy, surely. Now it is going to be Danny Kerr. Kicks this ball high into the sky once again, looking for the touchline. Not going to be able to find it this time. It's taken nicely by Josh Adams, backing himself to be able to run back with a counter-attack here. It's currently 15 minutes left. There is actually still time left for both of these sides to get at least one more point into this game, perhaps, because it is going to be Cardiff, who currently do not have a bonus point. Cardiff, that's the same that I just said, but I should say Harlequins, they do have a bonus point at the moment. It is going to be a good run forward. I feel like Joe Marchant was kind of holding a guy back there. By the looks of it now, it is going to be Wilkins also out on the field for winner. I like books, even the ones with words in them. Now books are good as well. Says it was JA's going to be stolen once again there. And now breaking the line. Once again, Northmore with the step going forward. Oh, great tackle there from Lilo. The older slam down Danny Kerr now. Piercing the gap there. Offload straight into the hands of the Cardiff side, though. And now it's going to be drawing pass on the outside. Holo. Going to be going down the wing. Passes it nicely on the inside. This game's just going to keep on going at the frantic pace. And it was Ryan Wilkins who is now making his way forward. It's a penalty, though, for the Harlequins for off feed as well. We should try and find Hamish, his dream wife as well, says Kevin. Tell you what, you guys have got a task here. And I feel like I want to see whoever puts the best answer, I will put it up on the screen. Celebrity. Who is the celebrity that you guys are matching me up with? I feel like that's quite a tough question to answer. But let's see what you come up with here. Random celebrity can be one from ages ago, or maybe not ages ago. Have them somewhere in someone like, I guess, under 30 5:40, somewhere around there, I guess. And also, I think your experience was with reading is summed up perfectly in the Rugby World Cup 2011 video where you thought the instructions little booklet would be a decent read as well. Says Sebastian there as well. Yeah, that video was interesting, wasn't it? That was the one that we smacked it up against our head, wasn't it? Was it? Oh, no, we did that in a different video. That might have still been that one. I started off with the picture books, then to Mr. Mem books, now autobiographies and true stories, etc. As well, says Jay Hayes. See, do you guys know Geronimo Stilton? Because I did end up getting the full set of Geronimo Stilton books, and I haven't read them, and they're still out there. But now I'm like, I'm 22. Am I too old to read all of the Geronimo Stilton series just so that I can say that I have? Debbie Harry Atomic as well. Says Flesh in there. I will add a star there, and I will try and work it out as well. You did it, that one. It's George nearly ruined it, so he did indeed. Oh, it's another try there for the Harlequins, and now 67 minutes, and they score once again. They are now on fire, ladies and gentlemen. The Harlequins firing up for the last 12 minutes, and this game was close at halftime, and now it certainly is not with the way that the Harlequins are going here. I feel like I need possibly to shave my face before I get to Christmas, and also try. And there's a Debbie Harry automatic. Debbie Harry automatic. I was just making sure it wasn't one of those ones that it's like say it slowly and see what happens. Debbie Harry automatic. Is that a real name? Debbie Harry automatic. Is that a real thing? Or atomic? Sorry. Is that Blondie? I'm confused. Blondie is us this legion. Okay. I was confused. I was trying to work out who it was at the time. Don Brand is a beast as well. He is indeed. And also I think Harlequins might just win as well. Says Novmum there. Heart of Glass. As well says Novmum. But now, once again, it is going to be Mr. Man himself. Marcus Smith strikes it. Misses it. Jinxed him there. And it does mean that Sebastian, he's had to work hard so far. We need a round of applause. Derio was lead singer for Blondie as well, says Fletcher there. Yeah, we need a little bit of a round of applause for Sebastian, I think, for all of the try scores that he has been putting up on the bottom of the screen throughout these ones. And Geraint James making his way out onto the field. That is a normal name that I haven't really heard of. Geraint. It might be Geraint. But now at this stage, losing a little bit of power is the call for the Harlequin side because of the change. Or sorry, actually the Cardiff side with the change. And it's once again in the hands of the Harlequins. My voice is disappearing, so you know what time it is as well. 7 employee of the month. He is indeed. I've got there Duran. And the chat says Novmum as well. Nicely taken now for the Cardiff Blues, trying to drive their way forward once again here, if they can. Oh, it was almost thrown on at Yonto, as well, says Jay. Passing it out the back line. Hola now on the outside. Doesn't quite link up. They need one more try here if they do want a chance. Ariana Grande, as well says Eastbrook. I feel like that is a decent shout. And told you Cardiff were flattering to deceive first half as well, says James. Yeah, it's certainly got a lot more spread out now. They're being 17 all at halftime. All of a sudden now to draw and pass though. And it's going to be kicked in behind by this youngster. Got plenty of pace. It kicks it straight down the throat of Tyrone Green. And now going back across field. Looks like it is going to be the number 21 whose name I cannot say, but Joe Marchant can say his name. And he is going to be dragged down nicely, trying to get on the ball there for them. Eliza Perry, sorry. Looks like it is going to be a little bit rough for the Harlequins. And now breaking through it is Josh Adams now. Drawing past. This one's opening up on the outside here. Going to be kicked in behind. And it is going to be a good chase on Reyes. And he hasn't got the pace to be able to match the speed of this youngster. But he is going to be, unfortunately, dislocating his shoulder by the looks of it there. And Andre Esterhuizen passes it back across to Lewis Liner. And I see Hamish with Hannah Montana as well. Says Sebastian there. And Dave Domin in the herbs. And there says J. Hayes. Jabba at the moment, is he still down? He is a little bit. I believe he hurt his shoulder in that situation for Theo Kabungo, but he was almost able to get his way straight through. 71 minutes into this game at the moment. Cardiff, they are behind by a total of 19 points. Going to be going into touch, and it looks like at the moment Fish is injured, and also another man is injured for Cardiff as well. But Ben Fish, he's been playing very well. His name's not Ben. His name is Dan, and he's been doing decent. If Dan can't do it, no one can. But at the moment, Dan can't win this game because they are currently too far behind because they are sitting 19 points behind of the Harlequins, sitting 36 points to 17. And at this game, I feel like I'm talking very strangely, but that is because it's late at night and I feel like I'm sleep deprived. So I will end up probably saying a heap of weird things during the last few moments of this live stream. So if you are new to the channel, ladies and gentlemen, be sure to hit that subscribe button. That was a big run from Dan Fish. Smacks it downfield. Bonfire have a shoulder to the head. That's probably going to be a little bit of a foul, maybe. That didn't look too good for Cardiff there, and almost Alahola, but then he did end up, or sorry, not Alahola, it was the other man who did end up getting his arm crushed in that one as well. The shoulder charge is the call as well. Bonfire, your voice is back. So that's a good thing as well, says Jay. Yeah, it was so weird the other night when I wasn't able to talk. Emma Watson from Harry Potter, Amish as well, says it was given there. Feel like that's a good matchup as well, to be fair. I don't leave my lounge, but she can magically appear here because she's got the wizarding skill. And I've got the Gryffindor robe, so it's perfect, you know, for special occasions. At the stage, 72 minutes into this game, 36 for the Harlequins, 17 for Cardiff now. And at the later stages of this game, 10 metres out, and Hobson making his way out onto the field. That is Will Hobson replacing, it was Garcia Borta. It's now made its way off the Argentine, going to the front here for Cardiff. Can they get that rolling ball going? It was almost a little bit too early for the Harlequins. Nicely set, trying to get that maul going forward, but it's going really, really, really sideways at the moment for them. They have been told to use it. Thomas Williams looking for that ball at the back, looking to the short side. Can he get it out? Seems like that one is still stuck. He has now ripped it away, and it's going to be Alahola. Got to throw himself forward, or it was actually Lilo. Was there. They have been told that they are off their feet. Thomas Williams now good attack and run. Big sell of the dummy there from Dan Fish once again. He has actually been one of the standouts here for Cardiff. At the moment, that's surely going to be a penalty. No, Alex Dombrand is fine. Little chip and chase here. It's going to be Lilo. Sits up for him. Does he get it? No, he doesn't. It's going to be put down. They're going to be checking this one to see whether or not it was a knock on from Lilo. Time off here. Could this be the try for Cardiff that gets them a little bit back into this game? And also the bonus point that they will be so heavily wanting in this game. Okay, on field is no try, but they will still check it to see whether or not it is going to be the try for Cardiff. At the moment, Cardiff seem very keen, and also we've got there Emma Watson, Hamish Watson as well. Oh, actually, no, that might not work. That might not work. And there's a reason for that. I've got a family member who does have that first name. So then if she took my last name, then it would be weird because, like, that family member would also have the exact same name as her. Oh, I think that would be considered as a strip. Maybe. Backwards from Tyrone Green and Hamish Stills as well. So, by the way, I wasn't concerned at all at halftime. I know the Quins would be killing it in the second half as well. There's Sebastian there. I was a little bit concerned the way it was going. I was thinking that anyone who put $40 or like had the money on the $40 team would have been sitting very comfortably here. Okay, no try, forward off blue. So it is now going to be the knock on. Beverages. The thing is, you guys have never seen me drink water, and now it's as if I'm addicted to drinking water because I never used to consume liquids on live stream, and now in the last like week or so, I'm getting pretty good at it, you know, drinking water. I was once a fish, so that probably makes sense. And also, I swear, I sat here cool as a cucumber waiting for my 5 points as well. Says Sebastian there in the chat. Now, this stage, 73 minutes in, so Harlequins, they have got themselves a bonus point. Cardiff, not so much. At the moment, they still need one more. Don't drink water, fish. Oh, that's true. And so, and also, we got their nailed at 10 out of 10 as well. And I guess they do that in water, and they also probably, I mean, I've never seen a fish pee, but I assume it would pee in the lake or like in water as well. Do fish pee? One moment, ladies and gentlemen. Do fish pee? Freshwater fish will passively intake water from their environment, and then as their insides are saltier than their surroundings, will excrete a diluted urine. Fish have kidneys which produce urine containing ammonium, phosphorus, urea, and also nutritious waste as well. So fish do pee, ladies and gentlemen. And SG, where are you based as well there? And also don't prevent bird shit. I feel like that is a fair point. Fair point. There's also there. I'm a Pisces, I know as well. And this is Jay. That one has gone down in the front row. And we are going to have ourselves another scrum reset. And also there, 7 from Jay. And the chat as well. But yeah, I guess that's the weird thing. You don't think of fish peeing, but then fish reproduce. And I don't know how they do it. I'm probably going to have to look up a video after this live stream. See exactly how it is done. Ammonia as well. I feel like I struggle to say that one. Extremely tough, wasn't it? For the words to roll off the tongue. They just didn't quite, though, at the moment there. And the crowd, who was that? I think that was Alice Genge. Okay, maybe it wasn't. Good push forward here for the Harlequins. It stays up, and that's going to be the penalty there to the Harlequins. And now it looks like they are going to be taking this one for touch. Maybe it's Andre Esterhazen. If they score one more try here for the Harlequins, they will actually get themselves a very comfortable win in this game. 17 all at halftime, ladies and gentlemen. But now it's looking like it is going to be going back. And once again, Andre Esterhazen has it as well. And also we have got there Redmond, Transylvania, Romania as well. And there's Sebastian. I feel like saying that 5 times fast will be tough. Oh, sorry, not in Redmond, Transylvania, Romania. There, Redmond is his last name. It's going to be kicked into touch now. And 35 meters out now. It is going to be the opportunity for the Quins to be able to get something going. Currently sitting 75 minutes into this game. Like I mentioned, the bonus points still not there. You know what is worse than yawn? Hiccups. Hiccups sucks. They do. Hiccups are like the worst thing other than like, what else sucks? I mean, like hiccups are not fun. Also, getting it like a bleeding nose, I find is really annoying as well. Definitely when it won't stop bleeding. Taylor Swift as well says given there. And also we have got there just been doing the online Christmas booze and snack shopping. What's happening, Cardiff, or what's happened, Cardiff. And so yeah, unfortunately for them, 3 unsuccessful kind of attempts at stopping Harlequins from being able to score. Alex Dombrand also happened. This is going to be a massive rolling ball for the here, and it is going to be Wilson on the field for Kirod up to the halfway line now for Harlequins, and they get themselves a penalty advantage, breaking off the back for Musk. Only getting closer and closer, almost stripped there for the ball, and it is going to be Fish trying to get it, and he does indeed. So now they are going to be going back, and at the moment, Marcus Smith just having a bit of a push and a shove there. And also we've got their Dracula country as well. Says James, it is indeed. You have the penalty as the call from the referee, and now Marcus Smith, he will be kicking this one towards the touchline, or will he give it to Andre Esterhazen once again? He's looking around for him. Where is Andre? No, he's not going to be kicking this one. Instead, it will be Marcus Smith. Still only 4 minutes left in this game. And at the moment, this is looking like it could be another successful win for the Harlequins. They have already got the win, but it's whether or not they get one more try here for themselves. Currently sitting 20 meters out from the line. They've still got time to be able to do so as well. But ladies and gentlemen, do let me know what you thought of the second half of the match. There is going to be another sub taking place, and it is Ethan Lloyd getting the opportunity here, the very young player. And I think Harlequins will score one more try as well, says Novman there. I feel like that is a decent shout with the position that they have on the field at the moment. Lloyd, he has gone onto the field, and there is replacing Thomas Williams. Now at this stage, slowly working their way up to the line out here, the Harlequins. They will have a game plan. More than likely, it's probably throw it to Alex Dombrand, because he is normally very good at taking that ball, and then they go for that little bit of a set piece. Who they go into? No, they don't go to him. Instead, it is going to be taken nicely by the Harlequins, asking for the penalty advantage, and it is not going to be the case. They are going to be trying to stop this one. And at the moment, he is just complaining big time for Tazard. He's going to have to be careful not to get himself penalised if he keeps on asking all those questions to the referees. That is currently rolling forward here for the Harlequins through the middle, and I believe that is going to be absolutely fine. It's up in the air at the moment. Danny Kerr gets the ball back, or actually it's not Danny Kerr, it's the replacement for him. Tyrone Green now putting down the paces, going for the corner, doesn't get it down, just a metre short of the line now. Big attack and run forward. Good tackle on Northmore, driving him backwards nicely, straight on the ball as well for the Cardiff side. Oh, that should have been a penalty, I think. 1 metre short now for Harlequin, still trying to rush their way forward. Looks like Viliami Taulani Might decide he wants the carry, drops the head. The big man still short of the line here. Round the side, they are still staying on side. Little duck and weave from the young halfback. They've been told to release him at the moment. This is desperate defence here from Cardiff. Rushing up. Andre Esteban scores the try. And hit that like button. And vote for Steph to be Employee of the Month. Mum's Facebook as well there on the channel. So we've got the other second half is usually Quinn's time. Complete dominance as well as been indeed Sebastian. And that is brilliantly done from the almighty Quins at the moment. Working hard, playing harder for this one. And they are going to be leading this game 41 points to 17. And told you, says no, Mum, you did tell me. That is true. I'll ask the question, will there be one more for the Harlequins, perhaps, ladies and gentlemen? And also try. There's Sebastian, and also we have got there. Would it make you feel better if I said it, Jay? I feel like at this stage, you probably don't want me to say it out of pity. You want me to say it when I do end up getting caught off guard. So I'm not going to say it just yet. Try scorers at the moment. Danny Keir, Marcus Smith, Alex Donbrandt times 2. Also, Joe Marchand and the big South African Andre Esterhuizen just throws himself at the line there. And Lilo tried to stop him, not able to though, and he just goes straight over there for him as well. You're probably running out of characters that you're allowed to use here, Sebastian, for the amount of tries that we have had in this match. That's going to be going over. And now the score 43 points for the Harlequins and 17 to Cardiff. There is still time for one more play as well. Nope. I want to catch you out, mate, as well. Says that it was there from J.A.'s. And also just looking at the wife's cat sat on the outside table with a mouse and its jaws as well. Says Flesh, and it's worse when you find that mouse in the house because the cat wants to show it off. Yes, one more try as well, says Nov Mum. So she is going double or nothing here. By the looks of it, it is still going to be on the side of the Harlequins. Just inside of their own half, 30 seconds left. Oh, it's nicely passed back now for Marcus Smith. Andre Esterhuizen once again just throwing that ball forward. Oh, Tyrone Green just took one to the chin. It's going to be Lewis Liner. The skill from that man. He's got another try there. They're going to have to go back, I think, to have a look at this one. But Lewis Liner, he hasn't been out there for very long, and the cat is on the deck as well. And then there says J.A.'s. Is it going to be called? I thought it was originally forward pass here. Okay, they're just going to be checking this one. I believe it was almost foul play, though. That might end up reversing it in favour of the Harlequins, but the time is off. There's still a total of only 13 seconds left. On-field try is the call from the referee here. TMO says Nov Mum, and also we have got the airport. I've read in last week, says Leshan. I find that cats, they're weird because they're like, it's mine. But then I want to show everyone that I did catch it just so that they know that I'm like the big dog around here, but not literally a dog. I am the big cat around here. But Andre Estes and what's that drop by him? They are saying that's okay. Okay. Clearly not forward here. Not try is the call from the referee. And now it is going to be, unfortunately, going right back. And it is going to be the Cardiff Blues now, who will get one last opportunity into this matchup. Perhaps the crowd aren't happy, but it was probably the right decision in the end there. Cardiff at the moment, the difference between these two sides, it's quite a bit. It's quite a bit, I'll be honest, at the moment. But will it be, in the end, too much for them to be able to make up? Yes. Will it be too much for them to be able to get the bonus point? Maybe. We'll have to wait and see. And my cat, George, George brings me in presents, mice, etc. Wish he would bring me stacks of cash and set it up. He is on the deck. He is a big boy, as I says Flesh in there. And the channel also no try there from Nov Mum at the moment. We are sitting on the halfway line. Cardiff trying here to see whether or not they can finish closer to them as well. Yes, we're distraught as well, says that Sebastian there. And the chat. And yeah, unfortunately, it does mean that it is going to be the disallowed try there for Harlequins. They've probably still got a decent chance of being able to get themselves. Can they get one more? That's a big question. What will one more try give them? I'm trying to work out the maths in my head, and I can't do maths quick fire like this, but it looks like they're still going to be attacking because they want that bonus point here. Going to be fired back once again. They're running sideways. Josh Adams cut back on the inside here because of the fact that he would rather go in. How old is your cat, Hamish? I believe he's about 17 or 18 years old. I believe, if I'm not wrong. I think we've had him since I was around maybe 4 or 5. So maybe he's around 16 years old. Somewhere around there. But he is relatively up there. He is blind in one eye. He's still kicking about, though. Just absolutely awesome. He loves the Chiefs and he loves the Crusaders. And go on, Aussies Day 4. Cheers for the stream, mate. I'm out for the night. Big day tomorrow as well. Exactly right. And we have got the Billy emojis there in the chat as well. That one has gone into Dutch. And that is the end of the game. Ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be the win for the Harlequins. They were able to win this one 43 points to 17. What was an entertaining matchup. We got to see 60 points in total. I'm stretching big time. There are flares at the moment that I think went off up in the air. There's redness all around, but nonetheless, I do appreciate you all being here for this live stream. If you are new to the channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. We have got plenty more that is coming. Cheers, Jay. Take care, mate, as well. And bloody good cat, or bloody good lad, your cat as well. Says it was there, flashing. And cheers to you, Seb, as well, says the Jay. But nonetheless, thank you all very much for tuning in. Danny Kerr, Marcus Smith, Alex Dombrant ×2, Joe Marchin, Andre Esterhazen, Cameron Winnett, Jim Botham, and Theo Kabango were able to score the tries. Unfortunately, though, for Cardiff, they miss out on getting themselves that one. Very happy with the Quins. Thank you for the stream, Hamish, as well. Says Sebastian, no worries, and thank you, Hamish. Was awesome. Well done, Harlequins, and I'm off to the pub. Cheers for this as well, says Flesh in there. But nonetheless, thank you all very much for tuning in. If you are new, be sure to hit that subscribe button, like I mentioned, and I will see you all tomorrow for more cricket, more rugby, and more talking and more water as well. So hydration is important.